What's up, family? So yeah, it's been an interesting conversation. We've had to restart because some people have been saying some stuff that maybe others have been offended by. You know, this. Listen, the only thing I say is here. This is an open platform. Anybody can have their opinion. I'm not on any sides. I'm on the side of the truth, and you know, we're just trying to get conversation going. So please don't feel like I'm picking one side or the other. I'm not on the Roma side. I'm not on the Romanian side. I'm not on the English side. I'm not on the. We're just humans trying to find out exactly what's going on. I'm born and raised in the UK, so what happens over here does concern me. I've got kids here. I've got family here, and I've been on both sides of the fence. Do you know what I mean? So let's just have a respectful conversation. Let's welcome everyone in. Keep hitting that the heart thing and whatever, and all your gifts and that. If I don't like react straight away, it's because I don't really know what's going on. But thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Right? Okay.
Mommy going to smack you?
She smack your ass.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, brother?
That guy kind of looks like Gideon, that American guy, but he's not that American guy.
Whoa.
You live in Leeds, innit? You got that background.
Nah. I'm not in Leeds, brother. Big up. Okay, let me invite, accept. Salute, family. I'm just letting you.
Morning, my brother.
Big up, my brother.
No respect. No respect for you going with. No respect. Listen, yeah. My year both side of the kind find you on the life till you come back on the life again. Seeing?
Yeah.
This is my opinion to everything we're going, yeah.
Okay. Listen,
You see,
brother.
we
Yeah.
come. You there like oh me there myself, yeah. This country is a drinking country, yeah. But you have some people don't have, I think what them call stability. Stability. When you come and you have so much kids in a house, where an adult to live in the house at the time? We have get to the point now.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, let me
Then again, listen, then again now, people who is jumping behind this family and start a crap nonsense, yeah, should hold to account for all of this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Stand up because look, between me and my brother, it could be your kids, it could be my kids.
Yes.
Listen, if you get kids in this country, you know the pros and cons, I know the pros and cons, and I know the ins and out, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
The sense of a person out there last night, I said, listen, what kind of nonsense is this? How can you litter your community? You see what I mean? When it come back down now, is just a child get taken into government care because miss somebody do something that's wrong. You understand? How can resolve it? The family should come out and say, listen, no riot, stop the riot, because the people who have the problem, you know the people who are around them, you know. And them should come out and say, well, and stop the riot. Don't bother with the riot, stop it. Because they know the mentality of the people, brother. You see what I mean? Mentality. You say if somebody did dead last night, my friend, and the police get involved, and it have to go to that stage, would I say, yeah, I back it. But I not back this. I not back it. I not back it. Because say something to you. Do you remember one time the Gypsies them was here and take over plot and them something and I live? And what the government try to do? Put them in houses, don't it?
Who you talking about? The Irish travellers?
Irish traveler, both of them, the both side, brother. When them come and take over the sides, them.
Yeah.
They make sure put them in our house. Them say, hold on, we can't have on the side. We are going to house. They can want to keep a record of what go on. You understand?
I hear you.
Listen, remember, you know, between me and you, you know. Between me and you know this, yeah? You see the post office scandal something, and them get piece of the big part for running up. And them was for them people have the IT something running up.
Okay, bro, I'm about to interrupt you, but can someone else speak?
Yeah. Of course, man.
Okay, so here's my thing, bro, because listen, maybe the family that had those kids was in a difficult situation, yeah, and they couldn't really stay at home or whatever. Maybe they needed the money for, like, let's say, oh my god, I need to pay my rent this month, oh my god, I need to buy food, I need to pay my bills. And the fact, okay, maybe the violence shouldn't be involved.
It shouldn't be a violent.
I get what you mean, my bro. but some people are crazier than others. So then I found
Your
they
audio's
that
gone a bit mad, Rico.
my bad, bro.
Oh.
But some people are crazier than others, bro. So as soon as they see options to like kind of inflict violence, they will try to do that.
Okay, but what you were saying is, what if the family had to go and make money? But
Nobody, both family cannot go there and earn money one time. One have to stay home and one have to go out there. Both family shouldn't out there. Both parents shouldn't out there because it's young kids in the house. My brother, this is where we're gonna elaborate.
you can't leave your kids. You can't leave your kids unattended.
All right, there you go.
You can't.
You can't.
Let's say that was a problem. I get it, but my thing is like, why are there old people that are hating on Roma for no like for that, and they're saying that they're not Romanian, but as soon as Roma people do something good, they immediately say that they're Romanian. Like, bro, come on.
This seems like an in-house issue between the Romanians and the Roma people.
Right. Is that
The only problem is that like when Roma people do something good, right? Then they immediately call them Romanian. As soon as they do something bad, they immediately don't call them Romanian and call them Indians or whatever, man.
Well,
that's
we
kind of
identify with that. In the UK, we identify with that with things like the national team. As soon as a foreign player or a black player does well, he's British, he's English. Yes, come on, lad. And then when he fails, there's memes of him being a monkey and a gorilla. There's chants on the terraces that let people know that underlying there's a thread of racism. So
What happened to David Beckham too? Can I just say it's not a racism thing, is it? It's a child.
we never
It's a
said
child
anything
thing.
about racism,
And then
but okay.
people are all jumping onto this. Oh, it's this, it's them, it's them. What I saw last night on the live was a group of.
The Roma people never said anything about racism, bro.
Give her a chance.
It's
Give her a chance.
protecting what I think, taking the side of child people who are possibly child abusers, and then they wreck the streets, and then they expect our public money to go back into the streets and clean them up.
Okay.
What do you mean your public money?
All right, listen. My argument is,
Thanks for everything.
Taxes. So you think that they don't pay taxes?
No, not
They're
saying
saying
they
don't
don't
pay
pay
taxes.
taxes.
We're saying that
Saying
money is
everybody's
going to get
public
used
money has
now
to
throughout
go in
the streets.
and
They
clean up
behave
the
wrong.
streets.
Okay, I get that, but this is my thing though. Like, why are you getting so much hate from the
I'm not-
Romanian people?
I
Are
haven't
like
blamed
old
it
people.
anyway. It's everybody's rate. Everybody was out in, loads of people was out in the streets. Black, white, Muslims,
No
Pakistanis,
blacks.
whatever.
I'm going to defend that one. There was no blacks. I'm sorry. I don't know where you
blacks.
get that
one and
from.
two,
They
one
might
and
have
two,
had brown skin, but they
one
weren't
and
black.
two, one and.
There were no
One and
blacks.
two, just one and two. You see, one and them not doing nothing.
There's no blacks.
Them not doing nothing.
Too
Them just
busy
keep
getting
the
their hair
peace.
done, darling. There weren't no blacks there.
Just one and two. One and two was there, but them not do nothing. One and two, but our young kids them was there. Young black kids was there, but them not do nothing.
Yeah, just
They never
looking.
throw a buckle.
Just bystanders.
Them just bystanders.
So leave us out of it.
They're
Leave us out of it.
bystanding.
All right.
One-
Listen to me now.
one-
Listen to me
one
now.
part of it.
Listen to me now.
Right.
To a female and a male prospect, yeah? Me and this man, we Jamaican, yeah? Listen to this, yeah? Sister, listen to what happening. If it was if it was this gentleman kid and this and you and them have a kid together, yeah, as a couple, and an incident like that happen, this man would have enough to deal with the situation his way, for it not spill over.
Who are you talking about? You talking about me?
Yeah, you don't know to deal with the situation a bit properly.
Sorry
you-
to disappoint you, mate. I'm a Nigerian, right?
well, listen, men could deal with the situation a bit different.
We're brothers. Same thing though, what you're saying. I
We
hear
could deal
you.
with it- Listen, we could deal with the situation a bit better. Because before it spill out and them start to, somebody have to come out and say, officer, make me come out. Me's the dad. This is what happened. This I go down. The people them go violate. So make we try see if we can resolve it by we just go somewhere else, go try to deal with this politics somewhere differently. We shouldn't end up like this. It shouldn't end up like it end up this morning. Because all right, my perspective now, yeah. You see, everybody who jag the street and mag the street,
Yeah.
don't put them in prison. Get them back to clean up the street.
Yeah, trust me,
Get them to
Trump.
clean the bloody street.
Exactly,
Don't
they
put them in
should be
prison,
cleaning up the mess,
isn't it?
not expecting the local government, local council workers to come in and
get the
clean up the
person who
mess.
make the mess to clean it
Tell
up.
him, Zoe. Tell him, Zoe.
Yeah.
Make the mess
Tell him,
clean it
Zoe.
up.
Tell him, Zoe. Stephanie. Is it
Go on.
Stephanie?
Yeah, that's right.
You get yourself, Stephanie. Welcome aboard. What's your perspective on this, please?
Well, mine's is more to do with the social services side, right? Because I know they
Them
are.
do a good job. Them do a good job. The
Right?
social them do a good job.
When my child was little, she was feral. And I asked the social services for help. What did they go and do? Shipped her off her nan's for 6 months. They didn't help my child. It took 10 years to get my child diagnosed with ADHD. They're trying to say that she's naughty. She ain't naughty. Her brain don't function.
Simple.
Social services do not help when you ask for it, but it does not give the rights to them to leave their child who's 7 months old with children. I've got 5. My youngest is 10 and 11.
How old is this baby? Can we establish in the chats on the panel? How
Everyone's
old
saying
is
7 months old.
I'm hearing 7. I'm hearing 4 months. How
I've
old?
heard
Baby's a
7
baby. I
months old,
wouldn't leave
baby.
my children with a baby. They're babies themselves.
Still a
But
baby, yes, you're right. It's still
I
a baby.
can leave my 10 and 11-year-old at home because they are brought up not to fuck about when I'm not there.
Some people would argue with that, but
They can argue, but I was brought up in a household where if you do something, you're getting licked down. Yeah, I was brought up with beats. And my children are going to get brought up the same way. Whether social services can tell me I can lick down my child or not, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, well, then you're going to... And please be careful of the language you're using when you're talking
Sorry.
about it. But then you're going to end up with...
The
you're
same
gonna end up with
situation
an issue.
happening to you.
Yeah, you're going to end up with the same
But
happening
it's
to
not
you.
though,
sis.
because my children do not get licked down because they're
Yeah, but I'm saying, what? Yeah, but if you leave your kid in the house, yeah, and all I'm saying is you leave your kid in the house sets on fire while you're not there. That is on you, my love.
It's
That is
on
on
you.
you, nobody else.
It is
they're
on you.
not brought up to listen. My 10-year-old can cook when I'm there. Okay, it's how you bring your children up.
Yeah, but when you're not there, you don't know what your kid's doing, love. I'm not gonna lie, innit?
Yes,
When
you
I
know
was a
what
kid,
my
I
kids
was
are
doing
because
bad
they're
shit
my
that my
children.
parents had let
They're
me
my
do.
children. And if you don't know what your children are doing, then you're doing something wrong as a parent. It's as simple as that.
You stripped
But
to
look,
your
what you
children,
said,
innit? Your
I'm
children
strict with my kids.
do whatever they want.
I've got 5 children. My eldest is 23. Do you think any of my children have been out on the road and been nicked or anything like that? Are you mad? Even my one who's called an Asbo isn't even been nicked. Right?
He said, even the one that's caught an asthma, that's funny.
I call her an Asbo. She hasn't got an Asbo, but I call her an Asbo
Oh, you
because
call
she's
her
nuts.
But I agree. I
One of
think
my
them kids
children-
need to take them from that house, yeah, because if there's a 7-month baby that's been hurt, that fucking bang right. They needed that kid taken. They can't look after the kids.
100%,
Simple.
that's a baby. That's
Me
7
love what you
months
say.
old.
Me love what you say, my boss.
Like people kicking off, yeah. All those taxpayers that work a hard day, all our tax money that's getting sent just onto fucking shitty hair rolls. Like, fuck off.
Studios, big up. Okay, who hasn't had the chance to give their opinion? Fitz and Giggles?
Hello, yes.
Welcome, Fitz and Giggles.
So a 7-month-old baby cannot protect themselves, so it's up to us as adults to protect them. The social services had to remove that child from the care to investigate. I don't know how old the other children were that were in the house. I've seen comments that the dad was in the house drunk when this happened. The baby's been hurt. The way the community responded, the family should have put their foot down and sort of tried to stop it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like the
it
family...
has not helped the family because at the end of the day, it's now an unsafe community for the children to come back to as well.
Yeah, trust me, with everything that's happened, do you think social services are giving them their kids back? They get told to fuck off.
Which is right. I'm going to say
it's not
something
right.
quickly.
No, it ain't right.
I'm going to say something quickly.
Go on.
I hear somebody said, when the social service them turn up at that address, someone drunk out of them head. Someone say, you know what happened right there, sir? It's that this country don't them you have kids in the house, but we're coming in the house after 6 o'clock. A buckle and a glass. You have kids. Where you go with buckle and glass when you have young people in the house at night time?
90% of the people there last night have got kids.
And the parents need to go to prison too. Put them in jail, them rubbish. When you have young kids, you don't bloody go drink off your head like you know what I'm saying. I want people to back you. That's wrong.
So who were you saying was drunk?
Them said the dad was drunk. Them Romanian drink hard because I work a country and I work up them side and I do building work up them side. I want to go in a people house, everybody drunk. You can't even understand what the people must say.
To pick up on the point of
Big drinking culture, I hear that.
But then they were saying earlier, you had the lady on earlier saying siblings fight. A 7-month-old baby cannot fight.
Simple.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, like her point was absolutely invalid. It was pathetic. Yes, siblings do fight, but not at that age.
Yeah, I won't really agree with that fighting thing. You got a 7-month-old with a head injury. This is not siblings just messing around. This is damage.
It's a significant injury, you know.
Clearly left the kid in it.
Put on that child for that to happen.
They
don't take away children lightly.
Deliberate. Listen, that incident last night deliberately happened.
As that presenter has pointed out, though, however, at the end of the day, this is a situation not to do with race or the God you pray to. This is down to social services. And if they have decided, like you've stated, in one hand, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Right.
So if they don't react, at the end of the day, there's war in the streets. And if you do react, there's war in the streets. Now, speaking from somebody from Northern Ireland and grew up in the Troubles,
right,
war doesn't solve anything.
Okay.
Now, I know this. I mean, at the end of the day, I come from child abuse and the social services failings.
Okay.
So if this is the
you know
social
both sides of
services,
the coin.
so yes, I know both sides of the coin. So what's the point in wrecking your town? So insurance goes up for everybody that's there, and everything else then it happens. There's a peaceful way of dealing with things. There is a peaceful way of dealing with things.
Does the peaceful way always get the eyes of the public and the support, and like, does it create awareness enough?
It does.
So hold on.
Look to
What
Northern
child,
Ireland.
like when they went to the house, what children did they remove from the house? Because the
Apparently
baby was obviously in hospital.
5 kids, apparently.
Well, that then has to be left to be discussed then with the services, and if there is wrongdoings, then there'll have to be due process to that.
And what's to say that they wasn't on the radar of social services in the first place?
100%, they already was, I bet.
Well, if they were,
Yeah,
then
I don't
this
know.
is the outcome of it.
Teachers talk, man. They talk to each other. They have to monitor things, and then they will go in. They don't just come and take your kids for no damn reason.
Exactly.
Where the kids them go? Well, this problem probably developed from school.
Well, no, but I'm just saying that the teachers are there to spot children who are vulnerable, basically.
Exactly, Stephanie.
They will talk. And if they will go to social services, have been pointed out to someone's pointed them out, and then they will go talk to the school teachers, they'll find out what's going on, and then they will step in.
Yeah, because it's a multi-agency approach. That's what they do. They see
Agency gets involved.
doctors.
Clearly, it's not the first time they've left the baby on their own, because they could have went to school and said, yeah, I had to look after my baby. How old's the baby? 7 months old.
Well,
Something
we're making assumptions now, right? Let's
raise assumptions, but that they don't just turn up at your door. Okay, so either a neighbour has turned around and said they're not at home and they've got a baby, I can hear the baby crying, or it could be school.
I think what may have happened was the injury was reported. They took the child to the hospital, and based on the report and the injury of the child, social services obviously had to be called in. This is my understanding, very limited, but I believe there was some injury that the parents felt they had to take the child to hospital, and upon presenting the child with a serious head injury to the hospital, social services will be involved in seconds.
But even that, right, you take your kid to the hospital, even with a minor injury, the first thing they ask you is, have you got social services involved? It's immediately safeguarding.
Where did this happen? My son broke his nose at school. And the first thing I asked, where did this happen? I was like, at school?
Because they ask that with everybody. They have to do that. They have to do that.
They ask you who you live with, if you've got support, blah, blah, blah.
They get you to name all the people in your household.
Yeah.
I've got
so the minute they've gone there and they've told them that they've got so many other kids at home, that's immediate. They're going to remove them children for their own protection, because what's to say that one of them children, or even an adult in that household, didn't done this deliberately, right? So then everyone else can be at risk. They needed to remove them.
But then again, you have to also be careful of never stimulating
my son up from school. Have a good day, people.
Who is that, Stephanie?
Yeah, I've got to go pick my son up from school and leave him at home for a while.
Stephanie, I hope you're following me, Steph.
I already did ages ago.
Oh, big up yourself then. Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
We'll link up
See you
there.
later.
We'll link up.
Bye.
Much love. Thank you. Thank you for jumping on. All right, Baby K. Baby K, first of all, thank you for the gift. Secondly, you say you're a Romanian and you want to you want to talk up the thing. So the floor is yours, baby K. Let's hear from you.
Hi. Yes, hi. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, yes, I'm from Romania. I do live in this country as well. But my point of view, from the first second you step in this country, you have to rely with their rules, no matter where you're coming from, religion, skin color, or whatever. You cannot leave your child alone at home, especially if it's a minor. It is your
Is it okay
responsibility.
to do that in Romania?
Sorry?
Is it okay to leave your child at home in Romania?
Well, it's not really fine to leave them, but some families, they do it.
Okay.
Especially the families with more kids, or because they will think, oh, the biggest one will take care of all, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Which is, it's still not normal, especially this 7-month-old baby. He needs to stay with the parents. You cannot leave them unattended.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. You are two parents. You'll find a way to go to work or whatever. Some families may have some, I don't know, benefits or whatever, so still needs to go to work. But leaving them unattended, especially what I've seen on social media, like the biggest one throw the little one from the balcony or whatever. I've also seen that the family was sending the little ones to beg on the streets. I'm not 100% of this, but yeah. And still I've seen many other people blaming Romanian people. Okay, Gypsy, Romani, they are from Romania. They speak our language, everything, but they have a bit of different culture. They're following different rules. It's not the same. But still,
that's
what
the problem
happens?
with all this, because people are blaming colour, they're blaming religion, they're blaming everything else. But like you've stated, you know, you can't live in Rome and fight with the Pope, as the saying goes. If you live in this country, abide by the laws, abide by the rules, end the story.
But even in my country, they're having like their own culture. They will follow their own rules. They're having very strong rules, which we cannot blame them on. But as I said, as long as you're in this country, you have to rely with the rules.
You have to abide by the laws and abide by the rules. There's no point in tearing up your town because you didn't get your way or whatever it may be. And there's no point in bringing in the race card. I mean, I've heard this since I've been on this chat. You know, the race card been played, the colour card been played, the religion card been played. It's got nothing to do with that. It's a simple, it's just, this is quite simple. It's to do with the social services, and they've felt that a child is in danger. They've gone in there, they've removed the children, and like somebody else has stated on here, you don't know if they've already been watching the family. So never speculate to accumulate.
Has anyone got any reasoning as to why the community kicked off? Because we're hearing about why the child came into contact with social services.
Nobody will know that because it's too soon to say. You'll be only speculating to accumulate.
Well, we're doing
and
a
that
lot of
doesn't.
speculation
All
already.
that's going to do is perpetuate the problem even further. And I think the best thing to do is wait till the actual, you know, the proper report comes out, because something will come out about it, and then it'll be verified through the proper channels. So then everybody knows.
On the ground, I'm hearing from people that it was the way the children were extracted after the fact.
Yeah, that's what I've heard off another live as well. But you see, the thing is, police have massive training with handling, and if you're in a very, very, very high like intensity situation where you're trying to remove somebody that doesn't want to be removed, a level of force is going to have to be used. It's just a fact. You try to remove anybody from a situation and there will have to be a level of force. Now, this isn't just any level of force. They weren't dragged. If you look, I've seen a video, the police officer is holding the children by the top of the arms and taking them like that. There's a like a training company called Team Teach that come out and show you how to manually handle children, handle adults. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing.
So you're saying they've just gently escorted?
No, I'm not saying it was gentle. No. I'm not saying it was gentle. I'm saying.
Picking up on your point, Sophie, the problem in this country is there's a lot of distrust within the police.
Yeah, there
Nobody
is massively. Of course, there is. Exactly.
And
why is that?
And that goes,
why is that?
No matter whether you're white, black, or whatever God you pray to, it doesn't matter about that. There has always been a level, and it's the same in Northern Ireland. I mean, the police at the end of the day have abused their powers, and unless the police get back to the way policing used to be, where they talk to the community, and that community trust is built up, And if they build up the community trust, then there won't be so much hate against the police.
Yes, but still, the social care, they wouldn't get involved if something else wouldn't happen before.
That's not true.
They just don't come to your house and get your kids out, and that's it. Something else happened for sure.
No, that's not true. Sorry, that's not true. All you have to do, the child was presented to the hospital with an injury, that's enough for social services to investigate.
It is. It's called a Section 47 of the Children Act 1989. It's a multi-agency
Okay,
approach.
but if you're going to follow
Emergency
the
meeting
Romanian
will have been
channels and the
called.
Romanian comments, everyone's saying different things about the family also.
What are they saying?
Like, they, as I've said, they might send the kids on the streets to beg for money and this kind of things, like shoplifting also. So no one knows the truth. It's better if the parents would just tell the truth and that's it. Everyone will know what happened. In this case, everyone will assume things.
Okay.
No point in speculating.
I want to let some more people on. Guys, I hate to ask you lot, but can you like tap the screen so we can get, you know, we're up to 1,000 people. Can we get like the tapping going on? We can get the likes up, and maybe that can bring some more attention to the subject, and we can discuss it in this civilized manner. Thank you for everyone on the panel. I'm gonna let some more people on. Please be patient with me. A lot of people want to talk. And if you know you're not really going to say anything more, you said all you want to say, then just kindly jump down. You can jump back on, but like just so that we can circulate, so everyone can get a chance to speak. So is anyone not spoken that wants to say something? Adam, can you hear us? You've been waiting patiently, Adam? No?
Your audio, Adam, needs to be looked at. We can't hear you, Adam.
Adam? I'm gonna have to drop you down, brother. No? Sorry, bro. Ozzy, you still with us? Ozzy? Ozzy, you there? Oh, right. Ozzy's not there either. I think Tommy heard I was Nigerian and not Jamaican. He don't want to chat to me no more. I'm playing. Okay, we're just letting in a few more people.
Hello?
Hello?
This whole situation is mad, like burning up the streets and buses and everything over children. Social services have a duty to protect these children. And the way I see it, because the baby has a serious head injury, these kids will not be returned to their parents. They will be put up for adoption. Because you cannot leave any children unattended like that. It's full on neglect. I know this from
parents make mistakes, right? Parents make mistakes.
Myself.
I was going to say, parents make mistakes. And if these parents have made a mistake, that they've left their child in the care of kids that they thought were responsible but weren't, and their child got injured, I don't believe they should have their child permanently removed from them forever. Do you? Is that fair on the child?
No, but that's how social services work.
Because a cracked skull is not, it's not no minor thing. At the end of the day, I mean, as far as safeguardings go, yes, put the safeguardings in place. But, until we get a full understanding of exactly what's happened to make an informed decision, as I always keep saying, don't speculate, accumulate.
What we have to remember about children is the fact that if you remember a couple of years ago, there were kids that were ignored by social workers and they ended up dying.
Yeah, Baby P, Victoria Climbier, the list is endless, and that's the thing. And then
when social workers
there's also the little boy
they're in the wrong.
That was murdered by his parents as well.
Please, guys, can we just try and use some language that's a little bit softer for the TikTok audience? No, I
believe this. If the wee one's got a cracked skull, then the social work department were really right in doing what they did. And if people kick off about that, then there's got to be some guilt line at the back of it for that to happen.
Exactly.
You think there's got to be some guilt line in the back of what, the kicking off, you mean? Or
Yeah.
the removing of the kids?
Yeah, kicking off the riots and all this like. You know, I mean...
do you believe it was the fam? I don't believe it was the family necessarily that kicked off the... I think it was more witnesses and people seeing what's going on. Now it seems like there's a mixed bunch of people getting involved in a bit of disorderly conduct, and they don't even know the core reason of why they're kicking off. Apparently, it was heard over the audio on the live saying, "Do you know what's going on?" And guys was like, "No, I don't even know what's happening." But they're participating in the madness. So opportunists have seized onto a bit of anti-social behavior. Go on.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the police shouldn't have to go through this sort of thing anyway. And to be honest, I was quite disgusted with the amount of... There was this big guy with the police car, smashing the windows. And as soon as he started doing it, there was a load of kids joined in and did it. You know, what sort of example is that?
Bad example. Okay.
You see that all the time back in Northern Ireland, once the riots start, it'll only take about 4 or 5 of them to start hurling petrol bombs and God knows what else, and then before you know it, there's a mob, and then the mob just gets out of hand, and then, you know, and Northern Ireland's used to dealing with that. England is not used to dealing. If you go to Germany, they'll just water can you.
Yeah.
In England, though, you know, I mean, there's a lot of mistrust in the police, which starts this, and then it just spirals out of control. And the police aren't equipped in England to deal with mobs. If you put the police in England into Northern Ireland, they would brick it. They would not know how to handle it. And it's the same in Germany. Germans know how to handle these situations. In England, though, they don't.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I understand what you're saying. Some places are more used to riots. You know, like France, for instance, they have a lot of riots. They do a lot of protesting. I think it's...
You don't mess about with the gendarmeries. That's one thing you definitely don't mess about with the gendarmeries. I can tell you that.
I'm from the United States. We've got riots every single day, literally.
In the United States? You got riots every single day?
I'm ethnically Romanian, but I was born and raised in the United States. And this whole story, this whole fiasco reached the US. Okay. And I decided to give my shot and say what's on my mind. Because I feel like the way they approached this whole ordeal wasn't really right. Because you're not going to go and burn buses down and just roll cars over. That's not the right thing to do. But I feel like a lot of people are just assuming what happened in that household, and that's not right either. Like you don't really know what happened, and you're just gonna say, well, they're really bad at parenting and whatever. I don't. Who knows? Because social services are not always reliable. They're not always good at what they do.
Right.
Like 75% of the cases are usually false and are not justified. So. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought a sobering counter argument, because I think it's good to have this balance. However, it seems like everybody is sure that this young child, about 7 months old, has presented with a serious head injury. What have you put on me? What's this, man? Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, man. I don't know. Yeah, serious head injury, man. So. If they don't act, we would be critical. When they do act, we're critical. I think that it's about how they act, how they introduce themselves to the homes, what sensitivity they have towards the community. And these are things that they all need to be trained and to be aware of. You know, this is your job. The trouble sensitively.
The trouble is as well. I mean, you say about with it all kicking off. I mean. There may well have been a larger police present than usual, because this family is known to social services as a problem.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I personally think social services have got a bad name for themselves, because
they do. I'm saying interfere, but they do interfere a lot. You know, with minor situations with people, like. There is people that have got social services in their lives, and it might be just to do with something minor, but this, in my eyes, it is something major. And why, for police to have accompanied social services, they knew it was something major. So what, obviously I don't want to speculate because I don't know family, but I just think what has happened previously, like, is there anything else on record with this family, with children? Like,
Exactly.
the police, social services do not just come to your house with police officers.
That's right.
Well, when they believe that there may be a further 4 or 5 kids in that house where one child has had a significant head injury, then I think they're going to try and remove every child in that building. And to remove 5 kids, they made them think, you know what, we're going to need backup. I don't know.
I do understand that, but like, obviously it's not nice seeing any child be dragged out of an house, and it's not nice. And obviously community were not happy about that. It could have been, I just think it's like a communication, and like everybody else has said, the trust in the social services. If you mention social services and you think they're taking your children off you, because that is our people look at them, and it's like they have failed a lot of children, but there's no communication or trust between public and the police and the social services. There's just no trust at all.
I mean, I remember personally my daughter bringing me up 6 years ago because her ex-partner, he was a smackhead, and he went off on one. He got arrested for drugs and all this lot. And before you knew it, the social work were knocking on the door, and my daughter was panicking. Dad, they're going to take my boy away. They're going to say, no, they're not going to take your boy away. He said, speak with them. Do what they're asking you, and I'm sure it'll be fine. And she did, and the woman's social worker said, look, I'm not here to take him away from you. I'm here to make sure he's okay. She said, and from what I can see, he's absolutely fine. You know, and she said, I will have to check over the coming months, a random check, just to make sure. She said, is that fine? She said, that's fine. You know.
The only thing I don't agree with, though, which the only thing I want to say is I don't agree with when race gets put into it, because I watched live last night and there were a lot of white people there. There were all different race, and I just feel it don't matter if you've done right or wrong. At the end of the day, it don't matter your colour. You should be punished as an individual, as a person. We're all humans, and at the end of the day, I bring my kids up. You don't look at them for the colour, you look at the person. I've got friends from all over, and it was mixture last night. It was mixture, and
we weren't involved though, were we?
No. No, y'all could get a break. You could get a break for once.
Thank you. My luck was out of it. But no, I appreciate what you're saying, and I can feel that you're genuine. Do you know what I mean? And you're just looking out for the kids, and you want what's right. And you know, I think there's lots of people going to seize this opportunity to start, you know, bringing in their biases, whether it be race or culture or whatever. And you know, a lot of people want to see Britain up in arms and in turmoil, eating itself, divided. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, though, the media divides us as you're black, you're white. These are Muslims, these are Christians. No. We're all bleed same. We're all set. Do you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I don't look at anybody as any different, because we're not. We're all equals, and we all should just live together. And that, I think that is majority. But media, they want the divide. If a black man does anything, they'll say it's a black man. If a Muslim does anything, they'll say it's a Muslim.
Yeah.
They will name it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
you're right.
It's our jobs as parents to learn our kids that is not the right way.
Bugman, big up. Yeah, that's not the right way, man. Okay, one point I was just going to make, because I saw someone in the comments kind of refer to it. We all are here for the rights of children. We all want the protection of children. We all believe that if you've harmed a child, or caused harm to any child, that we should act on that. And I think no one's going to stand in the way of anyone acting to protect the child. However, we see the disparity between how the poorest people in the communities, like for instance, the Roma Gypsies are treated versus how we treat our royal family. So when when a member of the royal family is accused of hiding a child, they spend our taxpayers' money to pay off so-called victims. Like in the case of Philip, right, or Andrew. And I just think that this is another thing. We've kind of got like a split personality as a nation. One minute we are for helping children, and then the other half we kind of protecting wrong-uns. So I do think that sometimes we've got to be careful of how we look at it, because the powers that be kind of don't really care about our kids at all, right? So if it's something beneficial for them, they will go for it. But they never really truly care about us, and we've got to start caring about each other, you know. And that being said, we should have a lot more compassion. One, because you don't know how I don't know how I'd react if you took my child. Wow, thank you for that. What is that? Galaxy? Thank you, man. I don't know how I'd react if you took my child from my house and I was innocent. I made a mistake. Maybe I left my child with one of my kids and that child's been injured. Now you're taking all the kids out of the house. And that's pretty rough. So we've got to have some compassion, because we don't know how we would react. Well, I don't know how I would react. I don't know how you guys feel. But I wouldn't be quiet on a quiet protest. I'd be trying to burn shit up too.
100%, and people do make mistakes, you know what I mean? And people are talking about it's illegal to leave children alone in this country. It's actually not. Right. There is no legal age to leave a child in this country. It's common sense. Could that child handle an emergency? Could that child cope if something went wrong? And that's where the parent steps in and is like, okay, well, I don't think my child could handle that. Well, then you don't leave them alone. It's common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going back to like all the stuff, leaving a child alone, because you've got to think about it. It's not just, the protection of that baby. It's also the child, because if something went wrong, then that kid, the older child, is going to have to live with that for the rest of their lives, knowing
that's
something
also
happened.
Yes, it's also unfair on the child.
Yeah,
yes, you're
it's
right.
trauma. It's trauma. And, you know, social services, they don't always get it right. Of course they don't. That's why there's so many serious case reviews that have been undertaken through, you know, Baby P, Victoria Climbier. There was another one not long ago in Bradford, a 2-year-old that was found, and he was in 6 to 9 month old clothes. All the cues were not followed, and they have to take this into consideration and change laws. And there's things in place, and nowadays it's a multi-agency approach. If something's not right at school, they report it. Then social services choose whether or not to take it on. It's a Section 7, which is a child in need, and a Section 47, which is a child in need of serious, significant harm. And those things will take place. And then what can happen in emergency situations is they can get emergency protection orders. And those children, that's when the police get involved, because it's an emergency protection order, and they take those children. And it is so traumatic for a child to be taken away from their parents. There is no situation, even if those parents are abusive, where that child is going to be okay with that, because that's all they've ever known. That is an unsecure attachment and an unsafe attachment. But that child, it's all it's ever known. It's getting taken away from something that it's all it's ever known. It's going to be traumatic. And in a high intensity situation like that, it's never going to play okay. There is not a standard written book they can go by. Oh, well, we take them this way, or we do it like this. But you don't know how people are going to react. Like you said, you don't know in that situation.
You never know, yeah.
But the point about the race thing, do you know what upsets me the most? This is another assault on a community that is already marginalised. So all these racists are going to come out and say, deport them all, nuke them all, bun them all, or whatever the fuck they say, because it's like, it's just another reason to assault an already marginalised community, and the racists will come out and start shouting their gobs off and all the rest of it. But here's the thing, if a child is at risk of significant harm, we need to protect the baby, we need to protect the children. And if they didn't do anything, then it would be bun the police again, bun social services again.
I like the way you say bun. I like the way you say bun.
Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying though? It's such a hard situation to deal with.
It is hard. It is hard.
What happened is wrong, because, you know I used to live in Hare Hills. I've lived in Hare Hills 3 times. I lived a few streets away. I also worked in the community centre that was close by. You know, that bus route there feeds into Leeds City Centre. Like, the bus route shutting down, you know, burning a public bus that carries civilians, you know, none of it makes sense. But you're talking about a community that is absolutely rife with deprivation. They are closing children's centres down left, right, and centre. You know, the council's in debt, all the rest of it. You know, you've got to. This is not just a community level. This is a higher level. This is a community of people that have been marginalised and discriminated against, and people are angry. And I'm not justifying it for 1 second. Like you said, there is such a better way to make political statements than this. Sometimes you take it; it goes too far, you know, and
sometimes though,
it's sad for all parties.
Maybe not in this instance, but sometimes all the talking and all that has to go out the window, and you've got to take some action.
Of course you do, 100%.
Maybe 100%. Not in this scenario.
Here's a thought here. Here's a thought here. Was that child taken to hospital? And if that child was taken to hospital, did the social worker get involved and they ended up with a bit of trouble at the hospital? And that's why the police went to the home.
That makes sense to me. Or just the fact that, you know, there was maybe an amount of adults in the house, or I don't know, maybe you just thought, you know what, we're not going to be able to extract 5 kids without any issue, so let's just bring the police. How much police arrived? Because I've not seen any of this footage. How much police arrived at the house? Was it a shitload of them?
No, I don't think there was many police at all.
But I think they always will accompany to these things, because taking a child out like that is not ever going to be taken lightly, if you know what I'm saying. So there will always be some kind of presence or a presence on hand, because it's an emergency protection order, and it's a police emergency protection order. So the police have to be involved to a level anyway, you know, because again, these things aren't taken lightly.
The amount of people that were involved last night leads me to think, and it's only a thought, that something went on at the hospital and they've gone home and they've told people, oh, they're going to come and take my kids away.
And let's, like, what are you saying? Encourage them to get firm-handed.
Yeah, and words got around.
Yeah, let's get down to that flat, because social services is going to try to take a child out of here. I understand. Yeah, that could be a possibility.
You know.
But it's also, I've heard that they didn't take the child to the hospital for a while after the event. Now, this is another thing about things like this. If your child is injured, right, or falls and hurts themselves and breaks a bone, and you don't act on that, that can also be deemed as neglect, because you are neglecting to give your child medical attention when they need it. So there's a lot of reasons to why social services get involved. Social services have got a very bad stigma attached to them. Of course they have, but they're also there to support. They can come in and support families under a child in need. A child in need plan, which is a Section 7, is like putting things in place for that family, ensuring that they understand and they have parental capacity to understand how it is to raise a child and what that child needs. You know, there's 4 elements of abuse under law, which is emotional harm, neglect, physical harm, and sexual harm. You know what I mean? Those are the 4 key components. I've got a BA, so you know,
you are
do you know what I'm saying?
So
it's not a one size fits all thing. You know, you could, you know, and this is why we have this multi-agency approach in social services, because you need to build a bigger picture. It's all about building a bigger picture and looking at parental capacity to change as well. If you have a family
to fix up,
a family who is not coping, social services come in and they look at parental capacity. Does that family have the parental capacity to change and make changes in order to safeguard their children? If yes, then come on, let's work with them. It's a worst case scenario situation for them to take your children. It is a worst case scenario, and they will always look at things like kinship care, where they're putting the children with family members because it's less traumatic. It's better for the children in the long run. There's a lot of research into this than to just take them and put them with a whole new family. You know, it takes a lot. It is a lot, but I will say
I know that the medical category is one that I think social services exploit a lot, because I have some friends, they're friends now, who had 2 children. If you look on my page, you can see one of the pinned videos is there's two children been taken out of their home, not given reasonable explanation by the social services. The main reason was that the parent was refusing a certain medical procedure and wanted to go about it privately or in their own way and get a second opinion.
Yeah,
And
they will do that. They'll do that for kids with cancer. I've seen it. You know, if you refuse chemo with your kids, they will come and get basically a care order over your child in order to enact. So they do that. Yes, you're absolutely right. They do that. And it's at the end of the day, a judge will deem that, well, this is the medical attention that child needs, and they want to preserve life and all the rest of it. And there's a lot in that. I absolutely agree. But you know, it's a very difficult situation. It is, like I said, a multi-agency approach. So you don't know what's in there in terms of like school involvement. You know, if the children were turning up to school unkempt, messy, smelly, wearing knits, you don't know anything.
I don't know about none of that.
And they will do that. They will go to all these different agencies that have involvement with the family, the schools, the doctors, health visitors, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. They look at everything, you know.
Okay. Let me quickly, Soph, I've really enjoyed your input. It's been so, big at yourself. It's been so educated and articulate, and I love your accent as well. So big at yourself.
Leeds.
It's the Leeds accent. Is that the Leeds accent?
It's Leeds. I'm a Yorkshire lass. Hey.
Come on.
Go on. No, it's cool. I just wanted to put my 2 pence in. You know, it's like I said, it's a difficult situation, and I'm just very sad for everybody involved because it's sad on all parts, and you know, it's very complex. Like I said, there's a lot of things at play here. There's a lot of things at play, and it's just sad. It's sad for the community. Hare Hills is actually a wonderful community. When I lived there, the community spirit is amazing, and it's just very sad. It's very, very, very sad. But yeah, take it easy, guys.
I'm coming up to Leeds. Get ready. I'm coming up there soon. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah. Come. It's good. Come to Carnival. You know, Carnival is where it's at.
I'll be there. Listen, follow Sophia, because she's a lovely lady and she's given a great input. I
expect everyone to agree with me, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not being one-sided either. I am literally.
You've been fair.
I'm just talking from my level of experience, and I know if you learn anything in life, people will only ever understand from their level of experience, whether it be academic, life, whatever. I'm just, you know, giving a little piece. That's it. But cool. You have a good day.
So
take it easy.
Yeah, all right. Hopefully we'll chat again soon.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Gotta go now. I just wanted to get to Eric because Eric's been waiting patiently.
Hiya. Hiya, everyone. My name is Eric. I'm from Hungary. I'm living in UK 10 years now.
Okay.
And it was like 8 or 9 years ago, the same situation when from one Czech family was taken by social care, 5 kids, and 3 kids was taken straight away from school when the kids went to school morning, and they never come back home, and 2 small kids was taken from house. And the kids was adopted after 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, when the social care taken the kids, was already adopted to Scotland. So the parents
after 2 weeks.
Yeah, after 2 weeks. So the parents have no chance to get back the kids, never ever, and they try to kill by self. No, the cut his hands.
Careful.
Sorry. So the father said, the father said he don't have a sense to leave more because he's lost his actually all family, all kids. Yeah, so he was very mad. Yeah, it's not nice when the social care take it all family or all kids just for the injury. When we was young, we was playing outside so many times we got injury, you know, some cuts or something like that on bicycles, something like that. You know what I mean? When we was younger, so it's no sense to take kids all family straight away, took from parents. And what was last night when they starting to broke down all streets and they started they put a fire on the bus as well, and when the police running off from the road, that was so mad. It was so many comments coming from English people like reform UK. So I'm saying first you need to reform the police and give it them more power, because it's
More power.
Yeah, because the crime, not for their family, for the crime, because the crime in UK is very high. I working on doors 7 years. I working on doors. Like a doors supervisor, so I saw so many times the crime and fight and everything like that. So when the police from running from the street, he's jumping back to one and go off, and after that happened, he's no coming back, just morning times. So that was bad. It was the few Asian lads who was stop the young guys to put in more things like beans and woods and rubbish.
You're saying the Asian lads were stopping it?
Yeah, because I was watching the live till 11, 12 o'clock, and a few Asian lads who's got like a neighbor his house was close to that fire, and so many young kids, starting to pushing the rubbish and beans and always throwing in the fire to make it more big fire there. And they was stop them like, stop to do this, stop do this. He was taking from his hands the beans. They even jumping to the Asian men. It was like 3 lads there. So the kids jumping to them to fight, but they was stop them. So it's a big thank you in a way for this Asian lads was sorted out. If not them, will be more fire, or will be more an injury or something more happen, because they was stopped there. It was only 3 of them there.
Okay.
3 Asian lads was stopped. I don't know, 50 guys.
Yeah.
So that was nice from them.
It's very hard, like, because you might want to stop what's going on because you don't feel involved, you don't feel connected to the issues of that specific group, so you want to get involved, and people might be offended by that, like, yo bro, stay out of this, don't get involved, because we're outpouring our anger to what's happened to our children. So I do understand, and I do commend the brave people that want to come in and defend their community and whatnot, but sometimes I think for your own safety, kind of stay out of some things, pick your battles, because you don't want to end up looking like the enemy. Like, you're stopping these people from expressing themselves. And when people are angry and emotions are raw, you have to safeguard yourself first and foremost, because it's dangerous. Because if those 50 guys jumped on the 3 guys, we might be dealing with a loss of life or something. I'd rather property can be replaced, but life can't. So I'd rather people just make sure they're safe first and foremost before you start trying to defend them.
Yeah, but the Asian lads, he need to protect his house, because the fire was close to his houses.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's no police, no firemen there. So what can he do? He's lost his property. You know what I mean? So that's why he was trying to stop them. Yeah, that was really. Yeah, back home where I come from, Hungary.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be happen like that, when thousands of people starting breaking down the whole street and fire, they're gonna be sorted out there a couple of 5 minutes. Trust me, because they're gonna be bringing pepper spray bombs, dogs, more guards, and everything, and gonna be smash them all. Trust me.
Do we want to see law enforcement using more non-lethal forms of weaponry against the British people? I don't want to see smoke bombs and pepper bombs and stuff like that on the streets of England. I don't want to see that. Because today it's some Romanians kicking off, tomorrow it's me and my mates. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
But I just think there's got to be that respect for law enforcement, for people to actually listen. At the end of the day, the police are there for a reason, and I know they do a lot of good. The first people would ring if we're in trouble, but there's just no. I've got no respect for police. They should have been there dealing with the situation. They didn't make it safe yesterday. They ran off and just left it as it was. You know, people could have got injured.
Yeah,
Like-
I think their idea is if we engage with these people more, we're going to get more injuries and it's going to make them angry. So let's contain them. Let's stop more people getting into that area. Let's contain them and then we'll pick up the pieces after. I think it's a strategy to actually protect people, you know?
Exactly.
Because sometimes police presence antagonizes things rather than quells things. You're going to end up with an all-out war. And maybe they're thinking, you know what? Leave them in this little block. Let them system, and then we'll pick them up and arrest them after.
Yeah, but how to say, if they're gonna be non-stop or they're gonna be doing more things, they're starting burning shops or something like that. There is a council labor as well, so they started burning the bus. If they're gonna be free buses, they're gonna start. He's even attacked the bus driver because the bus driver was running out from bus and he's left the bus there.
And
that's why he's smashing the bus. Yes.
Okay.
The bus driver was attacked as well.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Because they blocked the road on junction, and the bus he's cannot go through the junction, so he stopped there. But the people jumped into bus, starting to throwing the stones and glasses.
Right.
So that's why the bus driver was running out from bus.
Yeah.
Because that was just afternoon,
Yeah.
So who can gonna be protect the bus driver?
Can I
or
ask
just
you,
the
look,
normal
you guys on the
people,
panel? You guys on the panel, let me ask you guys a question. Would it have been better for the angry protesters to head down to Leeds Social Services rather than tearing up their street?
No.
No?
No.
Well, I mean,
it should have been left. It should have been parent. I mean, I don't agree with.
What I mean, yeah, that's it.
Who was that talking? Who was that?
Either answer is.
Who was that? Was that Haley?
I think they should have just.
Haley?
No, no, that was Jordan.
Okay, Jordan, what was you saying quickly?
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I don't think either answer is good. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Either or is wrong because at the end of the day, it's a family matter, right? What's happened is within the family, and I don't think what's happened is people are blaming certain cultures, certain religions. This isn't the case. I'm married to a Romanian. I am British, yeah? I have many Romanian gypsy friends. People have come over to this country to work, because the situation in their country isn't good. Yeah. It's certain few, and it's certain few of everyone. And when I was watching the lives yesterday, there were a lot of English people, believe me, a lot of British men letting their kids run around as well with their shirts as balaclavas. What they were doing was just completely disrespectful to the community, to be honest. And what they did with the police car and the bus and everything, it just wasn't, it was uncalled for, unneeded, because the situation didn't involve them. It is a family matter. And with regards to that, the actual family matter, there's a lot of stuff going around at the moment.
And that is true, Jordan, because when I listen to everybody talking, everybody is just assuming. But wrong is wrong and right is right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And his brain was damaged or whatever has happened to him. It's obvious that the police has to take the kids away.
What happened? What happens?
In order for them to investigate. So these silly people that has nothing to do with the situation, don't even know exactly what happened, and gone and start burning buses and blocking road and damaging their own community. That's just nonsense. He has nothing at all to do with races. Nothing to do with wherever you're from. It's just.
I need to go now. I need to go now, guys. I'm going now. Sorry about that. I've got to go. I'll see you all later.
All right,
Thanks,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Take care.
Ignorance, and people just see an opportunity to act out on the government. Because
like you were saying.
Wait a minute, Jordan.
Yeah.
If it was a case where the social service had ignored that little baby and he had died, and somebody had complained to them and they had ignored, it would have been the same thing. they would have been burning buses and saying that they've ignored the baby and they made the baby die and made the parents abuse the child or whatever happened. It's a
Okay,
case where they
guys,
acted
can I please say
on
something? I don't have a lot of time. I'm Alex. I'm from Romania. I'm a Romanian guy, and I want to say that those guys from Leeds, they're not Romanians, yeah. So just to
We
be
know
clear,
they're Roma. We're Roma,
yeah,
Romanian. We get it. We get
yeah.
it.
No, it's not the same thing. It's
No,
not the
but
same thing.
we get that they're different. We get that.
Okay,
You
They are
speak the
beyond
same
different.
language. You speak the same language, and you're from the same country.
no,
But you have
it's
different
not. No,
cultures.
yes, but it's not the same. It's not the same thing. I don't want to say anything. I have a lot of a lot of gypsy friends, but those guys that were doing the shit that happened in Leeds, they are shaming everyone in their community. Yeah. So
Embarrassing. They're
yeah.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Yes, it's not only that it's embarrassing, it's something that you should not do. The guy that burned the bus, I don't know if you saw the videos. There are a lot of videos that with the guy.
Yeah.
He should go in prison for life because the guy
Not
is
life. Not
yeah.
life.
Look, listen. The guy he's just doing like something. He's destroying something for nothing. Yeah, for free. It's
You don't
something
get life for that, though.
no, listen, no. This is what he should
they
get.
should
Yeah,
just make
he
an
will not get
example
that.
out of some of them and charge them for it.
It doesn't. Listen,
Because
you cannot
can't
make an
use ignorance
example because
for no
the
reason.
story,
You know what I mean?
because the story
It's
that
like
you listen
It's
to
like
me
seeing
just a little bit.
people fighting and you get in the middle of it to stab somebody to death and then end up going into prison for something you don't know about. Yeah?
Can you please
People
listen
need
to me a bit?
understand that England's
These
got a law.
guys are doing. Listen, these guys are doing things that you cannot even imagine. They are in Leeds. They're not working because I've seen here in the comments that most of them are working and shit like that. They're not working. Most of them are not. They are doing a lot of shit. Just listen to me because this is the truth. Yeah, even in Romania they are not wanted. They are Romanians for. There is a history there.
You sound
Listen.
like racism.
No, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. I have friends from Guadeloupe. I have friends from South Africa. I have friends from everywhere. I'm in the UK now. But what I want to tell you, what I want to tell you is that these guys that are there in that neighborhood, like that, they're just doing bad shit. Yeah, they have their children to beg. They are doing a lot of shady things. Yeah, I'm not just saying that because I'm racist or something like that. It's not like that. This is the truth, the real truth. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, they imagine that if you go to BBC or wherever you want, you can see that these guys are carrying out hundreds of thousands of pounds out from let's say millions in some cases.
Măi,
Yeah?
rasistule, măi, luați iași morții pe pulă. Ești român și intri și-ți bați joc de român, luați iași morții pe pulă.
Tu nu ești român.
Ba, sunt român, luați iași
Nu, tu ești
morții
țigan, mă,
pe
frate.
pulă.
Tu ești țigan, căută-te și cum vorbești.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We speak English over here.
I'm far from Tommy Robinson, right?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna jump on the live stream and just talk in a whole different language.
The guy started to swear.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah. And because this is the truth, man. And the thing is that the social services came there because the little kid had a head injury, like big time, yeah.
Yeah.
So in whatever country you want, not only in the UK, the social services would take that kid temporarily to see why this happened. Correct or not? It's like that? Yeah. So that kid, if these guys are responsible or shit like that, I can show you in my city. I can show you gypsy kids that are going barefoot and with no clothes on them on the street, in the middle of the street, because this is a culture. I can understand that it's their culture and things like that. But
At the end of the day, people's got their roots and how they grow their kids. Yeah.
yes,
And if
yes,
it's a
but they
case
need to
where
respect.
if
Listen,
if it's a case where some kids has to walk barefoot and that's their root, that's their root. The kid, I think you're straying from the point. The point is there's an injured child. Yeah, there's an
yeah,
injured child. Social
yes,
service took the kids because they wanted to investigate. It's not a case where somebody had pinched the child. The child's got damage to the skull, and it's a 7-month-old baby. So whatever decision they made kid with the benefit of protecting the other kids to investigate. Now, because people are ignorant, they gone and started rioting, and they don't know nor understand what has happened.
it's not because they are ignorant. It's
They are
because
ignorant. They are ignorant to the situation. If they weren't ignorant to the situation, they would have dealt with it in a different way. They are ignorant.
Tina, in some way they are ignorant, but the thing is that they are not ignorant in the way that you think they are ignorant. The mob the people that gathered there and burned the bus and did the shit, they're not Romanians. So let's not make this confusion, yeah? They all know each other. They speak the same language, a language that
You're saying that the people that started the riot, they aren't Romanians.
No, they're not Romanians. They're
Who are
gypsies,
they
yeah?
then?
They're gypsies, yeah? They only have a Romanian nationality, but they're gypsies. They're not,
Wait, my friend. I'm a Hungarian guy. I'm a gypsy. So we live in Europe and Eastern Europe and middle of Europe 600 years, and still the Hungarian white people gonna be telling me you are not Hungarian guy, you are just a gypsy from the India. So that is not nice if somebody say you are just a gypsy, because my grandparents was die on that place in Hungary or in Slovakia. So it's not nice if the people say, no, you are just a gypsies, because this is a racist.
I don't think people realise the big significant difference in Romania between Romanian people and gypsies. But this is besides the point anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
This is
And
besides
my
the
brother,
point.
Eric,
The point is the kid got damage to his head. Yeah. What would have happened if this was worse?
It's not point. Yeah, it's not point. But the man said he's a not Romanian. He's just a gypsies.
Eric, can I please explain to you? Because we are talking about something very, very different.
Yeah, but you first said he's not Romania. He's a gypsies.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
He's a Romanian gypsies, but you need to tell like that.
No, but the thing is that everyone, you need to understand that that everyone in Europe and in UK and all over the world, they are saying that we are like that, like everyone is like that because of what these guys are doing. Yeah, you need to understand that in Romania there is a very, very strict factor, and it's something that we are delimited one from each other, because these guys they are doing a lot of bad things. Yeah, I'm not saying that you are doing this, but the gypsy from Romania, they scared Europe, man. You understand? They did some things that you cannot even imagine, and everyone is saying that they are Romanians because they just have Romanian nationality. Yeah?
All right, you know what? Let's give Ahmed. Ahmed, do you want to say something?
Hi, good afternoon. Actually, myself, I'm from Leeds. I've heard a lot of news from this social media. I've been there as well, but I couldn't find what exactly happened, why the kid has got injured, and why the boss has got fired. So, does anybody knows? Can anybody explain like what exactly happened on that scene?
Well, we don't know why the kid has been injured. What we do know is that a 7-month-old child has some form of head injury, was presented to the hospital, and based on that, social services have made some kind of decision to remove the rest of the kids from the home that child came from.
Right. So
in terms of the burning of the bus, we don't know what the motive is, but there was a lot of unrest, a lot of protesting going on, and we assume it was just part of the whole rioting. We don't know what purpose, why they decided to burn the bus.
okay, so there was no accident, right? Or there was?
No, there was no. What do you mean, accident with the bus?
Probably yes, because
No.
right. So how does the kid got injured?
Lord, that's a long story to answer. You need to go on the BBC News or Google. It should tell you everything. You you've probably just started on the live. But
No, because that's the main point. We need to find out what happened. Then we can discuss. Because
when
if you don't
everybody
know,
is speculating, every single body, but all everybody knows is that the child has got a skull injury. He's been taken to the hospital,
Exactly.
and they took action from the hospital.
That's all we know.
We don't know if the child's parent has been under social service before and they've been watched. We don't know that. It might be or it might not be. But in a case where a 7-month-old is left with minors and got it's called crack and wasn't taken to the hospital by the parent, it shows that something is wrong.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We all know that the child got injured, and I've heard that somebody got in prison. But we know that the bus got fired and the police car was falling down. That's all we know. But we need to know why, and then we can discuss properly, right? But if you don't know, what is the meaning of discussion here? What's the meaning of argument if you don't know?
Why are you asking the question when you realize yourself that everybody is speculating? We are all speculating.
It's not about speculating. We know exactly why this happened.
The main problem is that we know about that this child has been taken out of the house because the child's got a cracked skull. Whether or not he fell down the stairs or he was hit by the parent, he's got an injury. So he went to the hospital. That's neglect for not taking your child to the hospital. So that's the main issue that we are talking about.
Yeah. So the thing is that it's not only that, and the things that happen there, it's disgraceful to Romania. It's something that the Romanians are not doing that, man. In UK, the Romanians are working hard, and they don't do this kind of shit. Yeah, this is something that it's way.
I'm a supervisor at an hotel, and my hands and hearts. I've got Romanian friends, and they are hard-working people. They are hard-working girls and boys at the hotel. They put their all in. They work extra hours sometimes for nothing. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. But what you can't do is not everybody is the same. A lot of people sees England as a place of benefit where they don't have to work. They come with their 5 kids, or they come here and have 5 kids, and they realize that they can get money out the system and they can stay home. So they use the system for their own benefit to earn money or earn a living or send the money home with, which for me, a person can do whatever they want to do. That is wrong. If you're into a system and you're collecting from the system, you should be putting into the system.
Yeah, this is a different study. Yeah, I'm
just saying this based on the fact that you've said Romanian people. Yeah, Romanian people, they're hard workers, but not everybody. As you said, I didn't know that Romania had Gypsy, because wherever I go, I see Gypsy. I see Gypsy in Turkey, Spain. They're everywhere. So I guess Gypsies are one nation by themselves.
Romania has plenty of Gypsies, yeah, and I think they're the worst in Europe. Yeah. because they've done shit, and this is something. It's not something that I say. You can just Google it, and you can see that Romanian gypsies has scammed and did the worst things in Europe. And
I don't know about the worst things in Europe, but anyway,
bro,
AD,
I'm telling you, this is true.
I'm not hearing
Listen.
that Romanians have done the worst thing in.
Yeah, that's
Europe.
what I'm saying. There was a park next to my house, and they had
this is what I'm
loads
saying.
of gypsies parked over there. And let me tell you,
I'm telling you, this is something
they
different,
come out
man.
every morning to go do their construction work. Yeah, and their own businesses.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go around. The only problem I have with some of the kids, they're very rude. Very rude.
Fair enough.
Some of them are very hard-working people.
Rudeness is not a crime. Well, AD, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're welcome. What did you want to say on the matter?
I just wanted to say a few things, and I don't support the burning of the bus and the burning of the car. Absolutely, I agree with you guys. But the only problem that I have is some people say, oh, you could have dealt with it calm, you could have dealt with it with, you know what I'm saying? These things are not going to work against police. When police are there, they're trying to take your children, 5 of them. Obviously, that guy was feeling emotional, and it's not easy to take your 5 children away from you, and you say, oh, you know what, I need to be calm. You can't be calm. You can't be calm in that situation. So people who say, oh, you need to stay calm, you could have dealt with it nice, that's bullshit. That's not going to happen. And police, they're not going to listen to you. You think they're going to listen to you talking to them calmly? They're going to say, okay, this is the order. We're going to take your children away. We ain't got time to listen to your story or whatever you got. So I feel like, first, I don't support the burning of the bus and the car. But on the other hand, I'm like, this idea that they have that, yeah, one child was, I don't know what happened to him. He fell downstairs or something. I don't know. Why take the 5 children? I know this is a law that they have, but I feel like...
Because imagine a child is hurt in the house, whatever type of injury you could think. This happens to a child, and then you leave the other kids there, and then the same thing happens to them. The whole community is going to be like, why didn't you take all the kids out? So it's a hard one. It's hard.
That's what I'm saying, brother. No, I agree with you. You know, I don't support the burning of the car or the bus. I disagree. I don't support that at all. Yeah. But we should look at the other side as well. You can't just say, you know what, this is the law. You're in the system. You should be. No, that's how it shouldn't be. We should say, you know what, he was emotional, and the 5 children were taken away from him. I don't think there was any court order, or maybe it was an emergency order. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. So we should look at both sides. We should be fair-minded, and we shouldn't just say, you know what, why were the cars burned? Why didn't you think about the 5 children that were taken away from you? What if they were your children? How would you?
Yeah, how would you feel? I agree with you on that.
You know?
AD, brother.
AD, I agree with you as well, but look at it this way. What do you think about not taking the child to the hospital, which is a 7-month-old? Do you think she was wrong for not taking the child to the hospital?
Did they not take the child? I think they did take the child to the hospital.
They didn't take the child to the hospital. It was a social worker that took the child to the hospital.
Oh, so they didn't take that.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I think the interview that the dad had, I just saw it, and he said that I was taking my child to the hospital, and then I don't know. So I don't know about that. I think the dad did take the child to the hospital. I'm not sure if I don't know, or there's some.
Well, on one news it said that the social workers were the one that took the child into the hospital.
I don't think. Yeah, I think the dad says that I took it to the hospital.
That the child wasn't well.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Joy.
I'm heard about that on the Roundhay Road, after when the police was running from the people when they starting to throw stones and glasses on them. So on the Roundhay Road was already like 20 or 30 vans, police vans. So I don't know why they don't go in there and stop it, why they leave it to burn in the bus, why they leave it everything, because the bus driver needs to run in out from his bus. Anyway, the bus driver was his fault, yeah, what was happening with the family and with the kids. So it's not was his fault. Why they attack the bus driver as well? So what I mean, the police or like the government they need to show. I understand. I were really sorry about the kids and everything, but what happened was when they starting to smashing everything, when they smash the police car. So what they want more? What police waiting for the what? When the people starting dying or for what? If the police not gonna be stop them, who's gonna be stop them? Just he's leaving doing and trust me, the 50% of the people was young boys, 13, 15 years old boys, who's starting to burning everything just for the fun, just for the
Eric,
fun. Anyway, he
Eric,
don't care about that kids. You know what I mean?
There is a video. Sorry to interrupt you. There is a video when the guy starts to. There is a video on even on TikTok. You can find it.
Yeah, I was
When the guy
every video I
started to
was.
burn the. Listen, there is a guy that is over 40 years old or something like that. It's 30 something years old that started to burn the bus. Yeah, they're not kids, and I'm telling you, this is something that is really common.
Kids
In
as well. Kids as well. I saw the video when the kids running with the bean, pushing the bean on the fire and making it more bigger fire.
Yes, brother, but
So
this is something. This is something that is common in
yeah, but just for
Romania.
the fun, just for the fun, just for the fun.
No,
It's not for the
it's not just
reason.
for the fun, brother. It's not just
It
for the
was
fun.
kids doing just that, young kids, 13,
It's
50 years old
something
boys
common
doing
that,
just for the fun.
listen to me. It's something common that the Romanian gypsies are pushing young guys to do stupid shit because they cannot be really charged. Yeah, they cannot be charged, like they cannot.
Yeah, but somebody have to stop. But somebody need to stop them. So wait, if what
the
about the
armed
people
police.
who was living there? So what about the people, the neighbor who was living there? The Asian guy was need to going out by himself and risk his life anyway to stop the guys to make it more fire. So who's gonna be protect them if not the police? So if
The armed
somebody
policemen.
make it a big fire next to my house, few meters from my house, and I call in the firemen or the police, and they know coming out. So what is this?
Yeah.
So just I'm asking, what is this? If they know coming out, police no, police was 3 kilometers on Roundhay Road. Why they stand on Roundhay Road? They should stop the people when the massive people, because they're gonna be doing bad things. They're gonna be dying the people for the no reason, because they when starting running, there's so many people was on the
died,
ground and
brother.
starting.
No one died, brother. It's not about that. It's not about that. The thing is that this kind of violence, this kind of things, this kind of shit, it's happening. It's happening, and I see in the comments that everyone is cursing on me and they are swearing and that they are saying that I'm a racist and shit like that. I'm not. I'm not. Nothing like that. And
It doesn't matter what's the color. Is it now? It doesn't matter what the color. It's the people doing that.
I just want to tell you something. In the villages, in Romania, there are guys that are behaving like this, yeah, because they don't know otherwise. They don't know otherwise, and this is why they are so violent. And they are doing shit because they think that no one will ever touch them, yeah. And it's another thing that they are doing usually and frequently, and this is all over Europe. They are sending little kids to do the dirty work, yeah, because they know that these kids, they cannot be charged.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and this is stupid, yeah, because the guy who started the fire, it's an old guy, yeah. I've seen a video, and it's an old guy. It's not old, but he's like 40 years.
You know what I mean? If they was young guys, yeah, 14, 15 years old boys, but he can still doing. You see, but if he can, I'll just take it for the rest. And is somebody there now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. So I understand. Yeah, there was kids starting to throw with the bottles and stones and everything, but somebody should need to stop them. because they're gonna
Yeah.
make it more injury. If it doesn't,
Yes,
if
brother,
men,
but
women,
who?
or kids
No,
need to,
no, no
police,
one was
police,
hurt.
police have
Yes,
to
but the
stop them.
police,
Police.
the police in UK to come and stop her. If the things would not come down, the armed forces would come there. Yeah. In UK you have the armed police. Yeah, and those guys come shoot you, and then they will ask whatever happened, and then they would have a diplomatic scandal. Yeah, the thing is, you are not going to the root of the shit. There was a kid that was hit in the head, correct? He had a fracture on the skull. The social services came.
I'm understand, but I'm not talking about now about that family who was taking the kid, but I'm talking about what was after the happen. That was big happen, and actually, yeah, the police come out. Yeah, I think 10 guard of them, but they jumping back to one and went off. After that, but nobody coming back. So the people, the neighborhoods who's living there, who's have anything, nothing was with the family was taking the kids. It's not was his fault, but he was in danger as well, because when the bus starting fire, the fire was 10 meter high, and the house what was next of them, nearly the roof was starting to burning. If they're starting burning one house, they're gonna be all streets starting to burn on fire. So it's not gonna be come out.
It's about
insurance,
yeah?
but yeah, all about insurance, but people gonna be lose his property. Yeah, okay,
No,
insurance gonna be paid for me after a few months, and a few months I need to leave the street or what? You know what I mean? If being fired there, 10 meters high fire on bus starting, the bus have lots of oils and everything. It was diesel, petrol, yeah. There was 10-meter high fire, and nobody was cared about.
Yeah. It's something, it will happen, don't worry.
There's somebody write me here like, Ellie, go home, right? I can go home anyway. I'm live here in UK, working here 10 years. I never been on benefits. I don't have any kids, but you know.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but
back home, police will be sorted out in a couple of few minutes. Trust me, guys. They need to give it back power to police hands. Honestly, if you want to reform to UK, you need to give it back power to police hands. And honestly, like sort it out. Because here the policies can't touch no one here. No one here. I've working on those 7 years. Trust me, I saw so many times they jumping to police, fighting to police. And they even can't touch the people. He cannot do nothing.
Yeah.
Because if the police do nothing, he gonna be got on court. I really feel sorry about police, honestly, here, because the power was taken from the police hand from here. They got only one telescope. That's it.
Yeah.
We got Haley. Did you want to say anything? Because you've been sitting there while Eric's been going. No.
Yeah, that's why I've been quiet, because it's kind of like it's difficult to try and get a word in edgeways when someone's completely going off topic and just going on about some bus that he apparently measured the height of the fire, or it has nothing to do with that whatsoever. It has to do with a poor innocent child that has been taken away from its family for just reasons. They're not just going to come in and take your child for no reason. A child has a head injury, and then people are speculating this and that and the other. Like, that family had their child taken away for a reason. The police did everything they possibly could do. You put yourself into that situation where you've got all of these people that are rioting, partially because people are not thinking about the situation. Like, you've got a minority community which have been targeted multiple times for multiple different things and had things said about them badly, and then you put them in that situation where they're having their name tarnished again and again. They're gonna riot, whether it's to do with that situation or not.
Okay, so what I'm saying,
you said
wait, hold on. What you're saying is you understand why are they rioting in that community? Is that
Oh,
what you're saying?
100%. Like, if they're having their name tarnished, and then again they're having their name tarnished, whether it's a certain community or not, do you know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in that situation, you're having bad things said on your name, and as a community having bad things said on your name, you're gonna be angry.
So what do you
No,
do?
they shouldn't.
You turn around and fuck up your community.
No, you should. No, they shouldn't. I'm not saying they're right in doing that, but they're gonna be angry because people are putting bad things on their name again. Obviously, they're then.
By bad things, people are. Well, this is not why they're kicking off. They're kicking off because they've seen something that they don't agree with. It's not about people putting bad things in their name. They're not kicking off because of news reports. They're kicking off because they saw someone being led out from their community and they don't agree with it. Right?
Yeah,
so
no,
it's not about.
Sorry,
it's not about people saying bad things to them. Yeah, it's not about people saying bad things to them. It's the fact that a child's had their head cracked open, and 5 kids have been removed from a house, and people have objections to that. Not that the Romanians are being slandered or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But in those people doing what they did, whether the parents did it or whether it was, do you know what I mean, them leaving their child is what I've seen apparently with the children, and something happened then, they're therefore messing up in the sense of, like, I can't explain what I mean. It's basically them slandering their community, is what I meant to say.
Because everyone's saying the Romanians. But they're not helping themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get a point of.
They're not Romanians, man. They're not Romanians.
They're not Romanians. They're Roma Gypsies.
Hello.
Yeah, but where are they from originally? Where did they come from originally?
From
Romania.
India. You know, from where, man? They're not. They're
Gypsies from Romania, are they not? They don't come from Italy. They don't come from France. They come from Romania.
You cannot say that they are Romanians, yeah.
But you can, because that's their ethnicity. They are Romanian. They're just Gypsies from Romania.
Don't make mistakes. The ethnicity is Gypsy. The nationality, it's Romanian, yeah.
If you come from Britain, you are English with whatever other ethnicity you have as well. They are Gypsies, they come from Romania, that's where they're from.
Listen, if you come from England, you're not British, and you're not English. You may be British, but you're not English. Yeah?
No, what I'm saying is they are born in Britain, they have another ethnicity as well. So if your parents, say example, are Italian, you are half Italian, but you come from Britain. It's the same as they are born in, say, Romania, but they are Gypsies.
No, it's not the same.
How is it not the same?
Because it's not the same. Really.
How? If you can't give me an explanation, how, like, you're not proving your point. This is completely off topic anyway, that's what I was saying.
Excuse me, this is Mata, Gypsy and the world. This is Mata, is Romania, Slovakia, Germany. Gypsies is one just community. You look like that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. They're from wherever they're from, but they're a Gypsy.
I'm from community, you know? Gypsies
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a community. Exactly.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter where they're from.
This is Mata, is Germany and forever. This
yeah,
and the
exactly.
world. Yeah, but I want to tell you. I'm from Slovakia, I'm some Gypsies, yeah? I know Romania nearly 100 miles from my village, you know? But I tell you this situation now is escalated. What happened now, yeah? This is in social services is working is very, very different for like English. I told you straight away, because my neighbor is English, and she have 14 years old kids, and 30, I don't know, so now. She troubled the naughty boys, stalling, lifting, show, blah, 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 like that. That family have 6 children. Police coming in the social service, take it just him, no whole family. But I have too many proof. I can pass you, no problem. Too many proof I have for Slovakia, for Romania, for Slovakia, Czech Republic. And when one child is naughty, in the social service, no take care just him, all kids. Why? We take it last 2 years, take it, baby. What doing for that baby? Stealing or what? From
Sorry.
4 months
Can we
old,
can we
4
hear from
months old
sorry?
baby, take it all
Can we hear
kids.
from Asra? Asra?
Yes, of course.
Yes,
This is
go
why
on, brother.
escalation that. You know what
This
will
is
happen? Gypsies is like kids, you know, but with forever, this English, Slovak, forever, everybody like for kids. But
okay.
this is not fair. When it's trouble for one kid, why take it everything?
Because if
The
they
baby
don't
is
take all of
very,
them and something
yeah,
happens to
yeah,
the
yeah.
others,
Why?
because if they don't
This
take
is
all of them and something happens to the others and they only take
Listen,
one of them, then they're going to be
listen.
liable for that, and the other children will then be also injured. If they just took
yeah,
one child,
but excuse me, what
Haley, can I
happened
please?
at 4 months? 4 months for
Haley,
baby.
can I please answer to this?
yeah,
Why?
sure.
I take it. This is
I
why
answered this to
family
you.
is now escalation. All gypsies people, community coming together. This is have to stopping. Okay, when it's one child, it's naughty boys. The social service no respect. Police okay, come take it. Okay, no every all children. When you have 20 children, baby, this is matter. Come in the house, take it. This is why
Sound
escalation.
good.
This is need
Sound
to
good.
sort it out. No. When it's one child, is
Okay,
not you look for one child, not all kids.
listen,
This is not
listen,
fair.
listen. I can answer you. I can answer the question. You asked for something. I can answer.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you something, and
no
please don't
problem,
be
brother.
offended. Don't be offended. Yeah, I'm just asking you this.
Yes,
How many Romanian kids, like Romanian kids, you've seen begging in the UK streets?
I know that.
None.
I know.
Yeah,
I can't
you've
tell you. I
seen
can't
none.
tell you,
Yeah.
brother. It's Romania
No,
people.
no. Listen,
Look.
listen.
1 second. 1
Listen.
second.
And how many gypsy kids
Hello.
you've seen begging on on UK streets? This is something. It's something different, my friend.
I
Because
know.
this is why
I
it's
can't tell
happening.
you. Is Romania
This is
gypsy is very
happening.
beautiful for kids. I see. Look, brother. I'm from gypsy. I'm happy. I'm gypsy. And the communication. I'm happy. Listen, I can't tell you. Slovakia kids is very nice, and Romania. I'm gypsy. I'm see in the street. Too many people, kids for Romania. Please, £1, stolen, lifted. Yeah, I
From
said.
Romania. If
Forever.
you
This is Slovakia, Czech,
listen,
forever.
if you can show me from 10 kids on the streets that are begging, one kid that is 100% Romanian, like
I've seen it. I've seen it.
that is
Why
I've
does
seen
it
it
even
before.
matter
I
what
see.
ethnicity
This
they are
is
anyway?
question. You know, this is very difficult what you say now.
I'm telling you, this is not happening,
Albania.
man.
This
This
is.
is
I
not
don't know.
happening, man. It's not happening.
guys, this the argument
This
between
is not
both of
happening.
you, the argument between both of you, that is not
Hello.
a topic on
Hi.
ground, you know.
Hi to all of you.
The
Can I
issue
say
on ground,
something?
the reason I came up is the question that was asked whether if you are
Uh-huh.
from England, you are English, or if you are from Slovakia, wherever you are from, you are a gypsy. You know
Yeah.
what? As long you have that tag, you are from England. No matter what, you are recognized as an
Exactly.
English person.
What?
Hi, I'm from Nigeria. We have 300 and something ethnic groups. As long you're Nigeria and you have that Nigeria passport or Nigeria name, Nigeria breed or Nigeria family, you are Nigerian. It doesn't
Thank you.
matter
Unfortunately, it
what
seems like
tribe.
the
Hold on.
Romanians. Go
Yeah,
on. Sorry,
sorry,
brother. Go on.
sorry. It doesn't matter where you come from, as long
Yes, exactly.
you already
Hello.
tagged as
Hi
a
guys. Can
gypsy
I
or
say
as a
something?
Romanian.
Can I speak? Hello.
You guys are all the same. You
Yeah,
understand?
1 minute, please, sister.
What
Ja
happened?
wiem,
What
że je
happened?
rasista, ufule na toto na tacze, ja wiem.
What
Yeah, okay,
happened
brother.
in
Okay, I can go, yeah? I just tell you one
Yeah.
thing. This is
Yeah,
why
hold on.
escalation. Listen, I'm going, yeah? Thank you very much. You get me
Da,
in
Renata.
the chance
Okay,
to
where's
go.
that? Wait, 1 second. 1 second. Simone.
Hello. Hi guys.
Yes.
I
Hi,
just
Simone.
want to
Talk to us.
say something.
Yeah.
I'm Romanian gypsy, right? And I
Okay.
don't agree at all what this guy is talking about, old gypsy Romanian, right?
Yeah.
You know, it can happen what happened to any other families from any other
Of
countries.
course.
When you are upset and so angry, you don't think what you're doing. Of course, I don't agree what they done, burning the bus and do the other things. Okay, can be dangerous for
Yeah,
other neighbors.
that is what we are
I
saying.
agree that.
Rakovic, the way he's talking about Gypsy Romania, I don't agree at all. So you should shut the fuck up and don't talk about Romanian Gypsy, okay? You are a fucking racist idiot.
You're getting banned
You
if
are
you keep
All
saying
right,
racist.
all right, all
that.
right,
You
all
are
right. Calm down,
racist.
calm down, calm
You
down,
are
calm down.
racist, and the way you talk about all Romanian Gypsy, you shouldn't put all of them in the same pot because we are not all the same. Okay?
That's fair.
He's like it.
Most of
That's
you
it.
are the same, yeah?
You
Most of you are the
shouldn't
same.
talking like that about Romanian Gypsy. You are racist, and you
No,
know that. Stop
the
saying
thing,
you're
look,
not because you are. So
listen,
shut the fuck up.
All right, sister.
Thank
Let's
you.
keep it calm. Thank you,
Yeah.
though.
Because you know why Simon is angry, because now you are trying to differentiate
I'm
yourself
talking in
from
English
your
so you can guys
yeah
understand it.
yeah. What you're trying to say, why she's angry is because you guys are trying to differentiate yourself from your origin. You know, whatever you are, as long
They are
you are from,
Romanian Gypsy
you
because
guys are
they speak the same language. So
Romanian or whatever. You guys are still Romanian, and you guys are still Gypsy. Because
no, it's not the same.
yeah, but they are
England,
from Romania, Gypsy
Listen,
Romania.
yeah,
it's not the same.
anybody from England,
You
despite you are
shouldn't,
from
you know,
Listen,
excuse me, you shouldn't blame them. Of course, I don't agree what they done, burning the bus and stuff like that. But
no one is going to accept
if
that.
it will happen to you, you know, a child get injured, taking away all the children because of that, it's not fair. It's not fair, you know. When things like this happening, I can burn all the world for my children, man. I'm telling you. But this guy, the way he's
Yeah,
talking
we
about
know.
Gypsy Romania, they are not all the same. Let's
this is
not,
the
Yeah,
truth,
Simeon.
man. Most
let's
of them
not
are
to
the
blame
same.
Gypsy Romanian, all of them.
Simone. Yeah, you have the right. You have the right to burn the world for your children. But you know what happened? No matter what, there is still procedure to go about it to get your children back. It's not by violence you can get it back. Because now, what just happened? I guess that the family are no more going to see their children anymore. That is just the facts.
I
That is the
understand,
facts.
but this guy,
You're not.
sorry for interrupting you, but this guy, the way he's talking about Romanian Gypsy is no fair.
No,
It's
I
100%,
didn't accept that. You know, that was the
100%
reason I came up.
racist. It's not good the
Yeah,
way
that is the
he's
reason I
talking.
came up, because
You know,
he's trying to differentiate himself.
what
Yeah, he's trying to
happened,
get
sorry
himself
for
out of it.
interrupting, what happened can happen to any other family
Anyone.
from any
Yeah,
other
yeah,
country,
sure.
right? I'm asking you, if you were having 6 kids, one of them get injured, and because of that, taking away all the children from you, how will you do?
No,
Me, I
no,
swear to
what
God,
they did
I
is
will
wrong.
burn the entire world for my children. I'm
Can I
telling you.
just make a very fair point? Like, I'm not, you know, I get what everyone is saying, like, you know, I can't believe this has gone on like this. It's kind of getting a bit crazy.
Welcome, Ryan.
Hi. So I'm not involving race, I'm not involving anything in this, but if social services didn't take the kids and something happened, it would then be social services didn't act in the right way, they didn't step in, they didn't do the right thing. But now they've taken the kids. And the thing is, if you think about it, one of the children got hurt. In their eyes, they want to protect all of them children to make sure that nothing else happens. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone's aware, but there was a very big story a couple of years ago regarding a baby called Baby P. If you Google it.
Yeah. I heard that. I heard the story.
So social services didn't step in that instance. And unfortunately, you know, it came to harm and unfortunately passed away. And now, you know, social services had to deal with that on, you know, the sidelines, and had to deal with the fact that they had people saying, you failed that baby, you didn't step in. But then when they step in, it's an issue. Like, where is, and it's got nothing, you know, I'm not involving race. It's nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that on one hand, if they didn't take the children and something seriously happened, it would be an issue. But then on the other hand, if they take the children, they're bad. Like, where is the middle ground? Like, where is, okay, they, you know, might have done the wrong job, they might have done the right job. You know, it doesn't make sense. Like, everyone's involving race into this, and, you know, everyone's involving everything that doesn't need to be involved. At the end of the day, remove all of the race, ethnicity, remove all of that. It's children. Like,
I agree with you, Ryan. Sorry for interrupt you.
I get what you're
all
saying, you
you
know, like,
said.
I'm sure if my children got taken, you know, I would not be happy, you know. I'm not a
Of
parent
course.
myself, but the thing is, I'm sure I wouldn't be happy about it. You know, it must be horrible. Like, you know, I went through the care system myself, and, you know, one of my parents died, the other one wasn't very good. And so, you know, I was going through very difficult situations and, you know, had to be taken away for a reason. And the thing is, if I hadn't have been taken away, Lord knows what had happened. Do you know what I mean? And now everyone's viewing this, and okay,
I think we can all agree.
Ryan.
I think
Okay.
I think we can all agree that safeguarding children is important. One thing I want to point out is when the baby P scenario happened, it did seem like we're going to use this one example to persecute everyone else. So now, because of baby P, we're going to take your kid away just in case. Because if we don't, then it could be another baby P. It's like almost like that set a benchmark for.
But the thing is, there's no, like, when everyone sees children getting taken away, they automatically assume that they're going to remain in the care system. But the thing is, once the investigations are over, like, parents don't realize they have rights. And, like, while you're going through the court processes and things like that, it's all, you know, it's a grueling process. I can't lie. Like, you know, I've never been through it, but I wouldn't want to.
Ryan.
But at the same time, like, while you're going through that, that's your time to prove that, you know, mistakes happen. We all know mistakes happen, kids.
Of course,
you know, they can fall over, they can get hurt.
Of course.
You know, things can happen. So that would be their opportunity. But the thing is, the rioting and things, it didn't really help. I get the community came together, but the lives that I kept seeing, everyone was saying, you know, we want to come together to support the family, but I wasn't seeing much support for the family. I just saw rioting and stuff.
Ryan,
I didn't say it as a support, no?
It can happen to anyone from any other country. Why they taking all the babies away? Because they are Romanian gypsies?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not.
That's why. That's why.
I've made it clear.
Going way away subject. You are
going you should shut the fuck up.
I don't think it's got anything to do with race.
Like that because
I'm talking to you like that because you are a racist. I don't like you. You are a racist from the beginning. You enter in this life to the end. You are racist.
No,
you don't
I'm not
like
racist. I'm just said.
I don't understand why the race has to be a thing.
I don't like to hear anything about you. Shut up.
I mean, I'm not being funny.
All right.
You are a racist, 100%.
Everyone has a right to speak here. Everyone has a right to speak here.
Simon.
I don't want to talk to you at all.
What you said, about because the baby is Romanian or Gypsy. No, I have a friend. He's a Nigerian. Now, this moment I'm talking to you, she's still. Both of them are still going to court to do the procedure of getting the children back. They took them almost 6 months now. You know what? But unfortunately, the reason why the reason why this happened is. Why would you leave a 14 years old child to take care of a 7-month-old?
Other families doing that the same. Other families doing that the same. Other families doing that the same. It was a simple accident. Do you think the parents
people are doing
or
it doesn't
anyone?
Make it okay though? So does that mean
mistakes happen? But you know what? This is the law that is already in this country.
The thing is, if that is the truth,
I understand that, but they shouldn't take all the children.
Not be left with anyone that is not an adult.
You know what?
That's wrong. That's wrong, Ryan.
That's your opinion. Like I'm saying,
they shouldn't be
I'm not being
taking
funny,
all
but in
the
my eyes,
children
a
away
7-month-old
from them.
baby
Simon,
is delicate. Like,
if you have
I
a
wouldn't leave
friend,
my 7-month-old baby with a 14-year-old, even if I paid a
if you have a
babysitter.
friend in the social
Even if I
service,
knew they were responsible, I would not leave my 7-month-old baby with a 14-year-old. I would at least find one of my friends.
14 is still a baby. If 14 is still a baby,
it's a baby.
You know what?
Like. At
Simon,
7 months old,
Simon,
I don't
if
know
you
about
can
babies,
go, if you,
are they even able to hold their head
Who is
up?
talking to me? Who is talking to me?
I'm pretty sure when they're 7 months old, you have to support their head, you've got to feed them bottles, you know, you've got to wind them and all of that. That's too much responsibility for a 14-year-old.
Ryan,
wait,
can you
1
listen?
second, guys.
Yeah.
Can I have Halu? Halu, are you there?
I'm here. I just want the audience to say
Thank you
something.
for your patience, Halu. Talk to us. What do you want to say?
Okay, I just want to say that unfortunately, like people say accidents happen, and as a black
Da,
person, I
sigur
can
că
say
da.
we also do the same things. But the point is, some kids are not prepared or they are not
Hello?
able to see. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, Halu.
I am
Okay.
listening.
So some children are not able to take care of their brothers or even a baby, like they say. And the point is, I think when you're not white, people judge you for things that are out of your control. You know, they are stigmat. I don't know how to say it properly in English because I'm a Spanish speaker. But I think there's a stigma with Gypsy Romanians. They would say
I'm working.
would be a stigma with Muslim people or Indian people or black people saying like, if I do something that a white people would do, no, a white person will do. They will judge me, not like a
Da,
person.
yes.
They will say like, oh no, she's black. Maybe she's going to get angry or she's going to be violent. So that's why we are going to take this child from
Simona,
her.
no, sir, I'm not racist at all. I'm just came in here to talk about the situation.
Yeah, but
I'm not at all.
you have to think as well that even if they are being racist, because sometimes they don't, they are just trying to prevent and to take care of the babies or children because that's the first thing that matters here. So unfortunately, I'm speaking because my auntie was, they took from her the 3 child that she had, and then she never got them back until they 18. So once they took the babies, it's because they think the environment that they have at home is not the good one for them, or maybe you are going to fail again in the let's say in the parenting side of take care of them, feed them, or whatever.
Hello, I agree with you. The social people doing them job, I agree with you. But they shouldn't take all the children away because of that. They
But
should
why?
just investigate everything and they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they left
Why they
the
do that?
children, yeah, but if
No,
they left the
Ryan,
children there,
Ryan.
no, I completely get what you're
Too
saying.
many families leaving them little children with 10 years old,
I've
with
already
12
gone
years
over
old
this.
at
Just
home.
because someone else does it doesn't
Why?
make
Because
that
they are
okay.
Roma
Does that mean
Gypsy?
because
Why?
there's
Simona,
there's
one second. Just
murderers
think
out there,
about
does
it.
that
If
mean
you are
it's
doing your
okay to
work
murder?
and you have
No. Like, just
another,
if it's not okay, it's not okay. It doesn't matter if someone else is doing it. Like, you know, I don't know. I guess I just got brought up differently, but I got taught that just because someone else is doing something doesn't mean that you should
I
copy it.
understand.
Like, you know, if especially if it's doing something that is
Yes.
either illegal or wrong. And in my opinion, like, you know, just my opinion, I would not leave my baby with a 14-year-old because in my eyes, like, you know, they'd have to prove themselves that they can look after themselves. And even then, like, you know, following on the point you just made, that if, you know, they took the one baby and left the rest there. But the thing is then, if more harm had come to the kids while they were investigating, social services would have failed. Like, you may not see that, but the thing is, in their processes, you know, they have to answer to someone. Like, they are not the highest
No for
authority.
racist, Morena. I'm not racist at all. I'm just came in here to talk. Why they do that? They shouldn't take all the
But that's
children
what I'm saying.
away.
The reason
Why they do that?
it is
Because they are
because of the
Romanian
safeguarding
Gypsy?
processes.
no,
Like,
Simona, but
you
just
may not
think about
understand
that.
it, but the thing is, the
Yes.
safeguarding processes are in place for a reason. Like, they're
Ryan, can you
possible, like,
let any other person talking to me, please?
Right,
Yes.
can everybody just speak like
Simona.
one word?
Da. Yes.
Auzi, Simona?
Da, te aud.
Bun. Am ascultat și toată situația asta, că am văzut
Da.
și toată situația și asta.
Da.
La urma urmei, știți și care este situația, pentru că ai fost acolo și ați fost acolo.
Yes.
Nu trebuie să explici tu la oameni de ăștia care nu înțeleg și trece doar cu sistemul, pentru că știu că și la mine în familie...
Eu știu, dar eu am intrat aici pentru că am simțit nevoia să vorbesc. Că nu e ok ce s-a întâmplat. Putea să se întâmple la alte familii, chestia asta și nu ar trebui să iei toți copiii de lângă ei pentru că s-a întâmplat chestia aia. Nu e ok. Și băiatul ăsta de aici e foarte rasist.
Știu, am înțeles ăsta, Ryan, pentru că este și de ăla părinte și îmi vine să rezolv la faptul că face și de bine.
Let's talk in English. Let's talk in English because we're gonna get out.
Nu se lasă copii mici cu copii mici, Simona.
Măi, lasă că mai sunt și alte multe familii care lasă și nu mai
Nu
e
contează,
familie.
uite pe ăștia i-a prins, pe alții poate nu-i prinde, dar nu contează. Nu se lasă copii mici cu copii mici, contează. Poți să fii negru, chinez, poți să fii ce vrei, nu se lasă copii mici cu copii mici.
Hai, lasă, frate, că se putea întâmpla la orice altă familie, dar de ce?
zic și eu, care-i
Că sunt
treaba?
țigani români, le-au luat toți copiii, nu se
Cum?
face, frate, așa.
Păi eu când am văzut...
Simona, poate te gândești că poate fi raportat cineva. Că te gândești și în felul ăla, poate fi raportat cineva pe familia aia că lasă copilul de 7 luni cu un copil de 14 ani.
Get Simona off.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not your
Simona,
life.
Simona is full of shit. Get her off.
You are full of shit. You should shut the fuck up and don't talk to me like that, idiot. The only one can take me off is the guy who is made in this life. You can't get me off, idiot.
I'm
Shut
not gonna lie, Simona, but oh, she's gone. I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie. Like I have fully answered all of her questions, but she just didn't like my responses, and I completely understand that. Not everyone has to like my opinion, but the thing is, if they didn't take them all, they would have failed. If they did take them all, they've like where it, you know, there's no middle ground, and that's what I don't
Exactly,
understand.
that's
Like,
the point. Just think about to leave just one and then something happen again or worse than it happened.
Exactly. Like, you know, and the thing is, I completely understand what she, in a way, like, you know, other people are doing it, so why, but does that make it okay? No. Like, I don't understand. Like, does anyone else feel differently, or is it just me? But like, if you see someone else doing something illegal, you know, you won't automatically think, oh, I might join them and ask them if I can enlist. You know, like, no, you know that's illegal. So, and I'm not going to lie, parents can have a different opinion, but I would not be leaving my 7-month-old baby with a 14-year-old. Like,
hi, guys.
Hello.
You know, the problem is very sad what happened to these children and this family. We don't need to say about from which country it is. It can happen to anyone from every country. You know that.
yeah.
The problem is was making mess. After this problem was put the fire for the police car, and this is the more problem, you know. It's not about because it's for Gypsy did that, and it's about the Gypsy family. To be honest with you,
Can we stop
when
talking
it's
about real
five,
purpose? Honestly.
when it's 5 children, they want to play together. It's very hard to have 5 children to look after, and kids play each other, and they can make mistake. Nobody is perfect in this life. We don't need to
No, but
talk
in this
about
life, it's
this.
gone all down to race and not the matter. We've stopped talking about the matter for a while. We've gone off the topic for a while. Ryan, you've talked sense the whole time, mate. Everything I'm from Leeds.
I was going to
English,
say,
yeah?
this is the thing. It wasn't about race. Like, you know.
Exactly.
And I think
Guys,
that's
the
what
life is very short. You don't know what's gonna happen later on for anyone.
No, but
You
what
know?
about the matter of the city? What about what's happened to it? What about the bus being
Because
involved?
the only thing is-
That
because
bus
the only
driver?
thing is-
You're talking about Romanians this, blaming other people.
We don't need to say it's about Romania,
screen,
about
guys. Tap the screen for me,
Poland,
please. That's
about
all you're saying on the whole
every
chat now.
country.
That's all
You
everyone's
know,
saying. No,
as
it's
well, like, I
Romanians'
think
fault, it's his
everyone
fault.
forgot that, you know, doing all of that, like, do they think that's really going to help it? Like, you know,
Exactly.
inciting a riot? Like, it's not, even if it wasn't the family's wishes or their doings, it still isn't going to reflect good on the situation.
Yeah, because now the
like-
family have to explain. When this gets called up with social services, now the family's going to have to explain. Well, you've caused
You
this
know,
massive
in,
incident in Leeds.
in
How
this
are you going to explain
country.
that?
You can't blame.
Sorry,
You
I
can't
can't
blame the
talk.
family
Sorry,
for that.
No. I'm not saying you blame the family for that. But when this gets pulled up later on with social services, they says, well, what's happened with this has led to this happening. You think it's not
But
going to
you
get
know, in
mentioned?
this country, every bruising for the child and everything, the people from the school, if they found something, they will call the family, what's happened. It's normal, something like that.
But who
But
do you
when
think
it's
was actually
five
there?
children,
Who do you think
when
was
it's
actually
five
there for
children,
that? Do you think all the thousands of people were there just for that? Just for the family matter? Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
exactly.
I know you are not wrong, but
And that's such
you
a
know, when
perfect
it's five
point
children, they
because
play together.
yeah, but
Maybe the
thing is,
family
lives
didn't
I
make
kept
any
seeing-
mistake.
No, but you
because
know,
they.
with social services, let's say it went in, it could have got dealt with properly. You're all talking perspective. Oh, this happened, that happened. Nobody knows. I'm not going to jump on and say I know what happened because tell me I'm wrong. You've heard 10 different versions of a kid's been thrown out the window.
I know they were gonna make investigation about what's happening. How is the family? How is look after children? How they
Right, how
what
did
they
the
doing
protest
in
help?
here? Everything.
Right, how did the protest help? Tell me I'm right. How did the riot help? How did that help the situation?
They were gonna do the
what
investigation
if some
about
situation was
everything.
kicking off? Like, let's say, live critical, whatever, in Leeds, but all the police are in Hare Hills for that. For what? Setting a bus on fire? I'm sorry, but what
I know this is the wrong
thing is, I
things
think
what
everyone
people
thought it
does.
carried weight to it, but doing all of that damage literally did nothing except lower the economy. I mean, like, you know, cost of living crisis and all of that, and now there's a bus out of action.
No, but
you know.
tell me you're happy to be from Leeds right now whilst hearing this is going on in your city.
But guys,
Now,
only
Leeds is a
not
good
only
place, and
people
right now it's
from
got this name
Romania
of-
destroy
People think
all the
Leeds is the
buses
first.
and
From Leeds,
the
and I
car
sat there
was
watching
also
all those
different
lives, and I
country.
just thought about all the damage to the local building.
Ryan, are you from Leeds? Where
No,
you from,
I'm
Ryan?
not from Leeds. I'm literally completely down the
No,
south.
no,
but-
no. I'm just asking.
But no, the thing is, like, even watching all of those lives, there were so many of them. And the thing is, all of that damage and chaos that was caused, all I could think about was, like, the bus that got caught on fire. I don't know whether it was a telephone wire, electrical wire, whatever it was. There was a shop near it. Like, if that had exploded, like, the damage it
They
could
were
have
setting
caused.
fire
but
to
no
the
one-
engine, man.
Yeah, like,
They were
I seen
firing
them
the
literally
engine.
opening up the back of it, trying to force stuff in.
Right, what?
the little
If
pipes.
that hits the petrol tank, what's happening?
That's what I thought. Like, that thing could have caused,
I
and
mean-
like there was children around it as well. Like, and that was the worst part about it. Like, it's already bad enough that this family has been taken and there's an investigation now going on, but there were so many children in those streets, and I thought, like,
no, but
you never know. They could come around and pick you all off. Do you know what I mean? And like,
No, but
you're not-
tell me I'm wrong. How many people did you see in the videos?
Thousands.
But guys,
how
who
many
see
people
the
do you think
video
were actually
when
there?
I'm
No,
taking the
no.
police?
Guys, sorry
to
were there
cut
for
you
the- for the
off.
bit.
All right, wait, guys. All right, let's get some of the
Right.
new voices on.
Hi, good
I don't know how to
afternoon to
pronounce your
all.
name. How do you say your name?
My name is Madalena. My name is Madalena. I'm also from Romania. So
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
racist.
Yes,
but
Holmes.
Last
Man,
night
Holmes.
I just
Yeah.
saw the video on the TikTok. I
Uh-huh.
don't have nothing with nobody because I don't know really the whole story. But I saw many small child, I think it was 11, 12 years, they kick off the police car. I know that
Yeah.
all the kids, they are, how it's called, they are very rude nowadays. But just to kick off and somebody else, they was posting that video is not fair. And I think the police and the social worker and anybody else, they will do the job. And they will gonna do what they have to do. Because at the end,
And the thing is,
No.
if they had gone through the investigation and found genuinely no concerns, or even if it was just, okay, you did something.
Ryan, can I ask you one question, please?
No, Ryan was right there. He was going in the right direction there.
Do you see when the police people take the children out was really
No, so when
abusing
I-
them, how they take them out from
Yeah.
the house?
The thing is,
you can't do that.
No, personally, I've been through that, so I know how it goes, and I know that it is very traumatic. But the thing is,
Do you imagine
The
to
thing
see
is, it
your
can be
child, they
done in
take
better
them
ways,
by
but the
force
thing is, it's
out from
like
the house?
sometimes
No,
it's,
no one
you know,
wants
there's
that.
too
No one
many-
wants that.
There's too many outside conflicts. So, like, you know,
Yes,
in
yes.
most aspects, obviously they would want the kids to come willingly. You know, like, come on, walk in. But everyone knows them kids are not going to go if they know that they're, you know, potentially never going to. Even if there's the thought that they're never going to see their parents again, like, even though, like, personally, I'm not gonna air my dirty laundry all over TikTok, but
Jedi.
you know, the situation I went through, like, I personally
Jedi.
blew the whistle on my father, and the thing is, if I hadn't have done that, Lord knows
G.
what would have happened. And even then, I still technically didn't want to go because I didn't know what it was. The fear of the unknown. Where am I going? Who am I going with? Like, it's random strangers. It's not fun, but at the same time, the parents can make it easier by supporting the kids and saying,
No,
"Look."
but how many people do you think have had this situation with social services? But then did the riot? But then did the riot kick off?
Arms 101.
But then when did the riot kick off?
Arms
Like
101.
And like the thing is, as I was saying, like, the thing is,
Can I say
social
something?
services, like, through their
Can everybody
proceeds and,
just
you know,
come in here
whatever
and
they
talk
do, their
to me?
processes. The thing is, they could
Arms
have
knows
taken
everything.
kids,
Ask him.
you know, kept them in, I don't know, a foster placement, whatever,
Arms, let this man know what happened.
and then, you know,
the crazy thing
when
is
they
the
finish
crazy
their
one, man.
processes, if there's genuinely no concerns, or if there's genuinely no worries, or if it was just, okay, you dropped the ball by letting your 14-year-old look after your 7-month-old, that was, you know, a bad thing, whatever. Whether it, you know, whether you agree with that or not, if they say that that was a wrong thing to do, you can say, okay, I'll hold my hands up to that. I will make sure it never happens again. And then
Yeah, that's correct, Ryan. I think I agree with you
have
on that one.
social services coming
No,
and
you're right,
seeing
you're
you and making sure that, okay, she's doing exactly what we've asked her to do. Yay, mum, let's keep the kids there. Like, to be honest, they don't want to take the kids. Like, the amount of money that they spend on the processes of taking kids. Like, I mean, one of my placements used to spend £5,000 on that placement per week because in their eyes, I was a bad kid, when all it was is that I was a bit emotionally vulnerable.
No, but tell me I'm wrong. Didn't you hear that it all started to kick off properly after the family had already gone?
Yeah.
I might be
when
wrong.
I
Like
seen
I say,
it,
it's all
I
you say,
seen
he say.
the
But
mother
if it all
crying
kicked off
and the
after
kids
they've
were
already
nowhere to be
left,
seen.
did you not hear that? That's what I've heard. It started to kick off after the family had already gone with the police.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen, like, you know, I guess I could say I spent a fair amount of time on TikTok.
Right, Ryan, I got a question. Are you from that area?
No, personally, no.
Okay.
Just because I'm not from the area means nothing to me personally.
No.
You know,
But,
if that happened in my
he's got the right to
hometown,
ask.
I
He's got
would
the
feel
right to ask. We're all here for chatting.
So can we hear from let's hear from Arms and Amy, please.
Yeah, so I think it's a mad situation, man.
But everybody just came in here to judge the fucking family or to like actually discuss about the whole situation. Like, at the end of the day, it's nobody's fucking business to come in here and judge anybody. Like,
Amy, we can't hear you. Got to speak a bit louder.
Hello. So I recently had something happen to me as well. My son hurt his leg in a jumperoo, and social services literally have to just do the job. That's all they're doing. They have to take the other children away because they have to do the job.
That's all they're doing at the end of the day. They're doing their job. Like, the police are doing their job as they come out. Fair dues, we don't all agree with them. But at the end of the day, are they doing their job?
But they have to do the job. They have to protect the other children. Nobody knows what happened apart from the people that were there.
Plus was there even an investigation? Because after this, there would have been an investigation going into it.
Yeah, it will go to court and everything.
But this will have delayed it by so much.
Bang on.
And it's cost a lot of money now. A hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they'll get reprimanded in court.
But they've had to bring police in for other districts. Do you know how crazy that is? Leeds is big enough as it is to bring police in from other districts. And you know the money going into it, even just the bus set on fire, just the bus alone, think about how much money that's costing.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And then you've got all the, even like, right, people's bins were getting thrown in.
But we don't care about money. We don't care about money, though. We care about the safety of a child. So, like,
I was going to say the important
and
thing
I feel like a lot of people are complaining about material, like goods, replaceable goods and stuff. The main thing we're concerned about is the safety of this child, right?
Yeah, but
and the other 5 kids taken in.
But what I'm saying, how can we talk on that? Because everyone's saying, "Oh, this has happened, that has happened." No one knows the facts, so we can't even talk on that.
Yeah, nobody knows the facts.
Nobody knows the facts. It's Chinese whispers. Each person who's come on here said a different version of the story.
That's why they've taken the other children so they can do a full investigation. But now all of this is just making it even longer.
Yeah, but you guys are doing this thing of, oh well, they're just doing their job, and it's like Yeah, to you it's just they're doing their job. To others, it's 5 kids that are not in harm's risk or harm's way. Like,
but
just
how do
say,
you know
I know, but
How do you know that?
this just literally happened to me. I only got the children back last month. What happened was he hurt his leg in a bounceroo, in a jumperoo, and it took 6 whole months of me not having the children. I could still see them, but 6 whole months of investigations for a radiologist to come back and say, to come back and say, yes, he's hurt his leg in a bouncer. They have to do their investigation.
why does it take 6 months?
Because it had to go to court, they had to get other radiologists involved.
This is not
Yeah, but you're saying
Well,
you're saying if this didn't happen, but what if it did though? What if it did?
People. And
It's child
That's
welfare.
taking the piss. You can't take next man's charge
Yeah,
now,
it's
innit?
not
You get me?
acceptable for all your kids. No, 1 second, because this is unbelievable. As a mother, I'm shocked. You're obviously very calm and you've got your kids back, yeah. But personally, to take a child away because one child is on leg and you've taken all the children for 6 months, you think that's acceptable? You think that's just doing your job? I don't.
No, it's not. You have to do it.
You sound unbothered.
And when you're innocent, you do remain calm.
Yeah, but you're playing the system. No, we
I
understand.
was going to say, I'm
understand
sure,
where you're
like,
coming from.
obviously,
No, we
Amy,
understand where you're coming from, but you're
sound
playing the system.
unbothered, mate.
It goes a
because
certain
she's
way.
been through it. And the thing is, I'm sure she'll also agree that, you know, it wasn't a nice process, but the thing is, they probably even had to pick apart every single aspect of her life. She probably even got
They
dragged.
did. I got arrested as well.
Yeah, and
Everything.
the thing is, at the end of it, she proved her innocence. She proved that, you know, her children weren't at risk. But the
Through
thing
investigation.
is,
They're going to be watching them under a microscope now. They'll be watching everything that they do.
if you know, I'm not saying you did, but if she had have hurt the child, you know, what's to say they'd taken that one child, but she could have harmed the other 2 because
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
you know,
No, but the main thing is
situation
child
with
welfare.
that one child could have escalated her mental and emotional state, and that could have made her lash out on the other. You know,
Yeah,
there's so many.
but the main thing is child welfare. That's all it
Exactly.
comes down to.
And so it was just making sure that the children weren't in harm's way. And especially, I'm not being funny, but look how bad the riot was. Imagine if if they had just taken the one child and the rest of them had remained. I mean, the mother was at the front of it that I seen. There was a whole wall of police, and they put, carried a chair over, sat at the front, and she sat. It was awful. My heart
I'm
went out
surprised
to her.
that the parents haven't been arrested over
Like, I
this.
felt so awful for her. Like, I didn't know the situation. You
Yeah,
know,
but it might not have been on the parents. We don't know the story.
exactly, and that's what I mean. Like, I felt awful for her in that situation.
No, but right,
The
tell
thing
me.
is, if she had been there and the children had been present, anything could have happened. There was swarms of people.
No, but it's hard to discuss this because no one knows the actual facts. That's the thing. You're saying, "Oh, you're right, you're right." None of us are
What
right.
was the family?
We
Were
need
they
to all
Romanian?
accept that none of us are right in this situation because nobody knows the exact facts of what gone on.
Was the family
You don't know
Romanian?
if social services were involved for a good reason. You don't know if it's just bullshit on the family's behalf. We don't
And
know.
the thing is, like, you know, okay, we all know social services, yes, they can lie, they can make up, you know, bullshit. But at the end of the day, as if you are innocent, you will be proven innocent. Like, you know, they cannot physically, like, I mean...
Sorry, that's a big assumption, right? If you're
No, but the
innocent...
thing is, they can sit there and, you know...
This is
like,
all
let's just say
assumptions,
they call
though.
you a drug
This is all assumptions.
No, but to say
if you're
innocent...
go through the drug test, prove you're not a drug addict.
Wait. To say if you're innocent, you will be proven innocent. I'm gonna have to play the advocate and say,
yeah.
that's possibly not true. That's possibly
No.
not true. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not saying for definite. I'm just saying, you know, there is a chance. Like, no one knows exactly how the court process is going to go. We don't know the judge. We don't.
Sometimes
know
it's fair. Sometimes it's not fair. Sometimes it's right.
So
Sometimes
what
it's
I'm
not
saying
right.
is like everyone is saying it's not okay
So
to
for
take the rest
somebody
of the
that has that
children, but
awareness,
if something had
they may
happened
not
to the
have the
rest of the
patience.
children, then it wouldn't have been okay that they didn't take the rest. Like, there's
See, there's a lot of this whataboutism, and I feel like this is what they've created. We're in a climate now where we're like, okay, something may have happened to one child. Because it may have happened to one child, we're gonna empty this house of fucking kids. There'll be no
Right,
kids in this house.
Did you see the- did you see the kids?
And I'm like, well, it's all right when you're on the outside, but when you're the mum who's had all her kids taken away because one of their children has hurt their leg in a bouncer, so we're gonna take away the other 4.
Like, here's one though. How many kids did you see?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's horrible.
How about wait? How about when children are taken into care and harmed when they're in care?
Yeah.
No,
we don't disagree there, boy.
You know?
We don't disagree there.
Well, the thing is, I've been through the
Yeah,
care
so-
system, so literally, I know
Yeah,
what you're
me
saying is
too.
true. Like, I know
I
the
was
harm
born
that
in
I've
Poland.
come through in the care
No,
system. But the thing is, again, there is the right way to do things, and there is the wrong way. Like, I knew that I could speak up and shout at them and say, like, this is not okay. I could speak to my social worker and say, like, they're being horrible to me. They're belittling me. Like, I even had staff members that would tell me to man up because in their eyes, I wasn't man enough. And who are you to say I'm not man enough? So what did I do? Instead of sitting there
how we're
crying
talking about the
it
care
and saying,
system.
they said I'm not man enough. I know I went to my social worker and said, he's discriminating against me because he said I wasn't man enough.
Right, so
It's
we know the
same on the
context.
parents' side. If the parents were being discriminated against, they could report it. There's so many processes.
No, so we know the context of the care system. How many kids did you see in them videos? How many kids?
Lots.
No.
How many? Right, let's say
Well, I-
over minor incidences, social services can get pulled in. What if every one of them kids the next day had social services pulled into their lives? Would you say, oh no, they're taking away the kid? Or would you say, Jesus Christ, they were just setting fire to a bus? Do you know what I mean?
Me personally, I would say that as a parent,
Hello, I just want to say hi to everyone and thank you for adding
they
me.
should have said, this is not okay, I'm taking my kids home. That's my personal view on it. Like,
Then how did it end up in a riot? How many people get put into care and the riot doesn't kick off with it? You know what I mean? Amy's talking about
I was
this.
going to say, when I got put into care, no one was out on the street fighting for me.
Ryan, did you have a riot going on after that happened to you?
No, and I'm
Exactly.
kind of sad now because I didn't get a riot. Like,
Yeah, but it's the way they've done it. It's the way they've dragged him out.
Yeah.
I got dragged
That's
out.
not
I didn't
acceptable.
see him get dragged out, but I mean, I got dragged out in
The
quite
video's
a
going
horrible
everywhere.
way. Send it to me, or tag me, whatever. But when I was removed, I was at school, and then
I'd like to
ran
see that
away
video
and got
too.
re-removed. So I was at school, and social services and the police turned up because I'd confided in one of my colleagues. And I guess you could say I overshared a bit too much. But the thing is, I'm kind of glad I did. The thing is, the situation we were living in was not great.
Yeah, but I think you'll agree to how.
And the thing is, when I got removed from school, they said literally there was it was two social workers, a male and a female, and two police officers. And they came into the classroom and said, "Can we speak to Ryan?" And I said, "What the fuck?" Walked out and then took me to a side room, told me taking me to hospital, I had to get checked over. And then I got taken to my auntie's. I ran away literally that night back to my dad's. And I then got removed in handcuffs and I had my feet on the door frame. I was beaten with the, whatever you call that little baton thing that they flick out. They were literally beating my legs with it. I got threatened with pepper spray and then I got literally dragged out the house with cuffs. Like, bearing in mind my legs, obviously I'm not going to walk because, I didn't want to go with them. So they literally had hold of the middle of the cuffs and was carrying me out. And I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. It's very painful.
Ryan, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. How long that this happened to you? How long?
Well, it happened to me. I was taken into care probably, it was about 2012.
First of all, I would like to say I feel sorry for what happening to you. I just would like to say and put in place one thing, which is what these kids have to go through, and what they're going through. It will gonna stay with them for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
It will stay with them for the rest of their lives, no matter what happened. If the crime has been committed or the crime hasn't been committed or something like that, the specialists are there. They will gonna check that. They will investigate and they will come with the result.
Would you be more concerned if they didn't investigate?
Sorry?
Throw it out. Would you be more concerned if there was concern and they didn't investigate it? Because we're all saying, "Oh, what if
You
it's good?
can't
What if it's not?"
investigate without having to drag him out like that.
I was going to say,
No, I agree. I'm
I
not
totally
saying that.
agree with
I agree.
Saj as well.
Agree.
So
No, there's many aspects to it. I'm not
Like,
saying
personally,
they're
I
right for
do,
dragging them out.
There's a lot of people that are abusing their child left, right, and centre, and nothing's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, like this is the thing. Like the process. Like, I'm not saying social services is perfect. I know they're not. But the thing is, I went through the care system. It was for me, it was the better situation. I'm not saying in this case it is. I'm just saying in my
Yeah, but the police abuse their power. We're not disagreeing with that. We probably all witnessed it ourselves.
Obviously,
They
the
abuse
way
power.
that they remove the kids, there would be
definitely.
You know, there would be better ways to do it. A lot better.
No, they would.
You know.
No, they would. But you see it in every incident. The police get involved, yeah,
Yeah.
and you know they just take the piss with it. You know
Exactly.
that.
They make the
That's
law
the
and then
thing,
they
like,
break the
there
law,
needs to
so
be
what
better
you're
laws
talking
on-
about,
Yeah, there needs to be better
investigating,
laws on
know?
protecting the children and how
So-
they're removed. But like
No, but
in
let's
some
say- let's
aspects,
say what's
obviously, when
going
the
on.
children fight
Let's-
back, I
no,
suppose
but
the police
that's-
then see it as their
Flip
task.
side of this though, something is going on and it didn't get investigated, then it comes out 5 years later. What are we going to be saying then? You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. For me personally, it was going on for years. Like, you know, it was just that my mum, God bless her, was a very good protector of us kids. But then, obviously, unfortunately, she passed, and we were just left with my dad, so we had no one to protect us. And then, you know, I mean, I was 12 years old when we were actually taken, and you know, I'm now nearly 24. You know. But looking back on that situation, I will never ever forget the way that they removed me. The ways.
There
that
you
I
go.
was
There you go.
That's it, exactly. That's what I was talking
That's
about.
the main thing, man. That's the
There you
main
go.
thing. The kids are gonna
That's
go
what
through
everybody's
trauma.
concerning about, about the kids,
That's
what
right,
the
correct.
trauma they're gonna go through and
It's
all
the
that.
trauma, man.
It's not gonna be easy for them, and it's not gonna be
So
easy
you
on the
think
parents.
for the rest
you
of
think
their
that's
lives?
why?
My
Do you think that's
dad
why?
could have made
Do you
it
think that's why
easier
people
for us.
setting fire to buses because they're concerned about the trauma of the kids?
Yes. Yeah.
Nope.
No,
No.
that's
that is what I'm
totally
saying.
a bad
Yeah, that
idea.
is
What
what I'm
has
saying,
been
man.
done,
No, see,
but
that's
it
that's
has been
exactly
done.
what I was
We
saying.
One
can
at a
change
time,
it,
people. One at a time,
For
man.
some
One at a time,
reason.
please. One at a time.
One at a time, people. If everyone talking over, we can't hear one.
Like anyone though, if someone takes your child, then you're gonna be on one.
Can I say
Yeah,
something,
but
lads?
there's children out there, yeah, that it sounds
I was going
bad,
to
but
say
some
when I
people
was
are
taken,
neglecting
my
their
dad
children.
went to the pub and got pissed. Like he weren't out there, even with picket fence signs. He wasn't even chaining himself to fences. Like
The thing is, what I've heard,
let's say the reason.
what
Let's say
I've
the
heard, your
reason.
parents are not in the wrong. The
Right,
parents
no,
don't beat
but
their
right,
Can
let's
I?
say-
Yeah,
let's say
everyone's
the
doing
reason
it
comes
again.
out-
Should we just talk box after box? Everyone
Right,
gets to
box after
say
box,
something
box after
down the
box.
line.
Box after box.
All right then.
Box after box, till we all get to say it, and no one
let's
feel
start. Let's
disrespected.
start with the newbie. Big up my brother MT. What's good?
Yeah. So people basically was talking about this earlier. I've actually speak to a couple of people. Somebody lives on the bottom of the street. Somebody like very close to the area. As we noted, there are 2 stories going around. What still hasn't been super confirmed, but it's definitely that the brother had it's one of the sons had the kid dropped in by accident. If it's out the window or in the house, I'm not fully sure. One of them said that they heard that the family was actually there, and it was at home. And then the mum didn't realise till later on when the kid's head started to look a bit funny, and then that's why she rushed to the hospital. The other one story is, as people might have heard, that it was supposed to be out the window, what sounds a bit out of, I don't know. But both of the stories, one story saying that the family are really with the kids, the other one saying that the family has not been looking after the kids. So like it's a 50-50. We don't have to really find out the story, what's really happened. But the worst thing, what we were saying, what I found it horrible was the trauma of the kids. Everybody else what's burning things and done all that craziness is just, that don't make no sense. That's not helping the kids. That's not done nothing.
Exactly.
But yeah, big up. Let somebody else say what they were saying.
Yeah, who wants to go next? Who's next? What's that?
Box after box, so it's on Sanji.
Simon. Oh, Simon. Sorry.
Yeah,
Simon,
hello guys, hello. So what I would like to say, I'm a gypsy. I'm originally from Slovakia. I live in the UK for the past 15 years, yeah, and I've been working as a social worker. I've been working with the police officers. I was literally walking around the law. And what I would like to say, regards to the police officers who did what they did, everyone was talking about it, was inappropriate and they was literally using their power. And the way how they took the kids, it's extremely inappropriate and not professional. And literally what I would like to say is that the police was the one who committed this. They don't literally follow the right way. They don't go by the right way. What they did, they using their power. They literally abused the power. They took the kids like the rubbish when you grab the rubbish and take it out.
Can someone please send me the video of this extraction of the children? I need to
Yeah,
see
I've
for
got the
myself.
video. I just posted it. I'll send it you when I come off here, brother. I got it. I
Please.
just got it as well. I'll send it
For
when I come
example,
off here.
what I see on that video was literally like the bouncers standing outside the bar and some like drunk lads doing something wrong in the bar. So he literally threw him out. That's what I see. So the police didn't do the proper job, to be honest. And the
True.
social workers, it's just literally, it's corrupt. It's just literally something that I don't really want to go back to, because when I came to this country, I was working as a social worker, and when I see the corruption and everything, I just literally put my hands off from it, and that was it.
Wow. That says something, boy.
Yeah, that's a strong word to say.
That's strong, boy.
Yeah, I was talking about it many times. I was talking with the kids, I was talking with the parents, I was talking with a lot of people that's struggling because of this situation with the police officers using their power and with the bad way of the social workers doing their jobs. Literally, as we can see right now, if you see the video, you will say to yourself, this will gonna stick with those kids for the rest of their lives. The mental health, it will be definitely broke. Anxiety, depression, problems after the problems, and that's all.
Yeah.
No matter, yeah.
How many situations do you see where the police abuse their power? In almost right, even
A
take it
lot.
to America
Yeah.
with George Floyd.
Everywhere.
You know what I'm saying though? The police abuse it. I bet each of us have had a situation with the police where they've abused their power.
Oh yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
True.
So you know, with the kids getting drugged up, it's wrong. We all know that. But tell me I'm wrong. Do we kind of expect it from them? Yeah, because we
Yeah,
know
of course.
what
But let's do box for box, brother, so we don't get confused again.
Yeah. My bad.
So what I would like to say, like a final word for me, I've been struggling with the social workers as well. I've got 3 kids. Yeah, in 2012, I've been arrested for something I've never done. There was a 16 years old and 12-year-old girl having nothing to do. They sees me standing at 8 o'clock at night at a bus stop, and they called the police saying that I was masturbating. And I was totally naked, and I was masturbating. So I have a police officer knocking on my door.
Whoa.
Yeah. Listen, 10 destroyable month of the court, like a ground prosecution services around on my back. They told me I'm not allowed to stay at home on my own with my kids. I'm not allowed to take them to the school on my own. I was destroyed. Even the kids was unable to understand what's happening. And after 10 months, they found me no guilty. They say, you know what they said to me? Sorry, Mr. Brown, that was it.
Simon, so sorry to hear that, but nobody can feel your pain because we haven't been through it, and we can't just throw our words so easy at you. You know, sorry for that, bro. Sorry for that. You know,
I do.
I just
Appreciate
want to say something. You know, like, because to be honest with you, I'm not happy with the words that's going around. First, they were with the kids, and then the abusive, and then the race, and then the tax, and then the this and this. You know.
Yeah.
But this is what we have to look at, lads. It's the families going through something that they weren't expecting, and the kids are going through something that's going to be with them for the rest of their life. They're going to suffer going through that, you know. So one thing is, like, I totally understand they have to investigate, see what's the story, where they're coming from, and what happened, you know. Because I have families in Leeds, and that's what I've heard what MT said there, that one of the brothers were holding the brother and they dropped him, and that's what happened to the head, you know. So then I understand they have to investigate, take a look, see what happened, not come in, abuse the family, abuse the kids, grab everybody, put them in the cars and all that, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're making the law, and then on the other hand, they're breaking the law by abusing the kids, putting them in the cars.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's a bunch of perspectives, man.
Exactly. You're saying they're saying that the family's being abusing to the kids, and then you see the guards coming, the police, and then you see the social worker coming and pulling them out. What's that have to do, man? That's abuse.
Car cruise in Dublin. Can I ask you something? Are you part of the Irish traveller community?
I am Gypsy Romania myself, and I'm in Ireland for 30 years now. I'm in Ireland for 30 years.
This is what I said. I could tell that you were sympathetic, right? To like, so some would say you're biased. You're biased, brother.
Yeah, thanks. No, it's just that I've been on the live now, watching your live for hours, to be honest with you, and I was dying to get in, because, listen, they're Romanians and Roma, they're Romanians, there's nothing race. Everybody's just saying, okay, we're Romanians, okay, they're Gypsies, they're doing something right.
No.
Okay, let's put it this way, they're saying that Gypsies are doing this and doing this. We're not coming over and saying like Romanian people are there. You don't see a Gypsy guy that's a pedo.
Finger pointing. It's finger pointing.
You don't see a Gyppo that's a pedophile. And Romanians are hundreds, but we don't come over and say that. You know what I mean? So we don't want to shame our country. We don't want to shame our country. We're Romanians. We'll stick with that. And then they're coming over and saying we're Roma, we're Gypsies.
You're Roma.
Yeah, they're a shame and all that. That's bullshit. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Oh, it's so good you got rid of that guy. I hated him. I couldn't believe what he was saying.
Yeah,
they're not Romanians, they're Gypsies. What is that about?
One sec, Danielle, can you just can you let it go in order and you be next soon, please?
That guy Kovita that was before. That guy Kovita that was
sorry,
on.
don't want to sound funny.
Yeah,
everyone's just been waiting in a line.
Who's next?
True. That guy Kovita that was on before, he actually cursed at you and calling his name in Romanian. I was like, what the heck, man? He's saying something else, and then look what he's saying about this guy that's on the live. It's totally bullshit.
Yeah.
So thanks guys for listening to me. Thank you.
No. See, I want to hear everyone, even him, even the Romanians that say you guys are Roma and you're not from Romania or you're not originally. I want to hear their perspective. It has to be shared.
I have to say just one more word, and then I'm gonna let the next person say what he has to
Okay.
When you have kids, and then you go through something like that, it's hard. But when you don't have kids and you see people going through it, you throw your words so easily at them,
Easy,
It's like you don't feel nothing because you don't know, you haven't been through it.
No empathy.
So, exactly, well done. And then you just throw your words at them like rubbish, man. Man, you got to put yourself in their shoes and see what's the story. What would you be like? What would you feel like,
How would you react?
Exactly, buddy, exactly, that's it.
That's the first thing I thought.
Thank you for the understanding and listening to me, lads.
No, man. Trust me, man. Your opinion is more than valid, more than worth it. You know what I mean? So thank you for jumping on, man.
Anytime, no worries.
So who's still busting to have a chat? Nina?
Nina's next.
I just want to start off with saying, first of all, it's not to do with race. First of all, I think that's out of order, obviously. It's whatever people are saying towards whatever race. That's not on. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it happen so many times. Like when they take the kids of the nice people, and then the people that are treating their kids like
true.
Yeah, they get to keep their kids. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed it a lot, and I'm not far from Leeds, so you do get to see. They're all over anyway, but it's shocking anyhow. That's second, and thirdly, bloody hell, I forgot.
Thirdly, let's go.
Thirdly, what are I going to say now?
Oh shit!
Oh God, I actually forgot. It's because I'm just waffling on in there.
I agree with you though. Whatever you was going to say, thirdly, I agree. You're right. You're right.
Down to earth guy, it seems,
You're right, brother. All right, Jai, you're a killer as well, man. You're not playing. You make some.
Man, you know what it is? I'm from Leeds myself. That's why I'm all involved in this. But it's just to the point where I feel like I get everyone's got
the property.
I've got.
Jai, let me just say this to you. You're bothered about the bus. The bus has really wound you up. You don't really care about anything else.
No, Jedi, let me talk because you're not letting me talk on it. I do, but tell me I'm wrong. None of us, it's all Chinese whispers until then. You're saying, oh, I've heard this story, I've heard that story. Until they investigate, which social services have to do.
Oh, sorry, I just remembered what I wanted to say. Just like there about the story. Sorry to cut you off there. But the thing is, who doesn't have accidents? You tell me, you've had brothers and sisters, right? Who has not dropped or fell or broken an arm or broken... My brother broke his arm like 10 times, I think. We didn't have social services at our door saying, no, do you know what, we're going to take him. Do you know what I mean? Because it's banged out of order. You can't, all right, they've seen him fall out of a window, bloody hell. Shit happens, get over yourself. Unless...
no, but a 7-month-old flying out a window, you're saying shit happens? I'm sorry, just...
We're a 7-month-old?
Yeah, it's a 7-month-old flying out a window.
Yeah, apparently 7 months old.
Yeah, 7 months old. The kid is 7 months old.
That's not on.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
7
You can't say
months.
shit happens.
7 months.
Yo, you see a 7, right? Let's say you're walking down the street, a 7-month-old flies out a window. Are you just gonna walk past and go, "Oh, shit happens"?
No, I
You know
probably
what I mean?
wouldn't catch
Obviously
it.
not.
I'd
Obviously not.
definitely run and catch him.
Yeah, but that's
Guys,
what
can I
I
say
mean.
something?
Everyone's hearing
Yes.
different versions of the story.
Who's that?
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually say something here, but it's
Welcome,
just
welcome.
Right, yo, you
yeah.
land. Go.
Right, finally, I got a chance. Now, listen, what I've heard, yeah, basically from someone that's close to the family, is that the parents, they're off to work, and basically they've left their siblings, the little kids, look after the little one, no?
Yeah.
So what's happening is, I'm from Romania, yeah? I grew up in a village. Brother, you don't want to know how many times we broke our heads, our arms, or whatever, yeah? And this is something normal. The older ones look after the little ones. It's something normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
Now, we
around the
came...
world.
Do you understand? Asian communities, Romanian communities, it's normal, yeah? Now, what's happened was, from what I understood, the child fell off the balcony, and the one that's supposed to look after her, she didn't tell the parents, listen, this, that, the other happened. So when they actually went to the hospital, it was a little bit late when the child started swallowing and stuff. So the kids, that their parents, they actually didn't know what's going on. And I do not like the Romanian community slanging them up for being Roma Gypsies.
No,
They have a
exactly. Well
Romanian
done,
passport. They have a Romanian passport. They're fucking Romanians.
Well
As my
said.
child,
Well done,
my
well done.
child, my child, her dad's Pakistani, I'm Romanian. She is British, man. Whether
Well
you
done,
like it or
that's
not,
it.
it says
Well said.
British on it. I had enough of this gypsy. So what? Are they human beings?
Are they human?
Are they human beings?
I'd be lying if I said that from this morning I haven't noticed our Romanian brothers and sisters separating themselves from the Roma community. Now,
Yeah, what is that about? Do you know their morals?
They should be ashamed of themselves.
We all have different
If you
versions
know
of the
their
story.
morals are so
Right.
good.
No. If we all went through the story that we know that happened, I bet you all have a different version. How can we talk on that for now? You know what I mean? Because you're going to say, oh, this happened, this happened. A few minutes ago, somebody just found out it was a 7-month-old. Do you know what I mean? Nobody knows the full
Yeah.
I'll be
There's a
honest,
baby. It's a baby, yeah.
I didn't even know that they got dragged out the house. We've all heard different sides of this.
Yeah,
So
they've been
when you're
dragged out,
saying,
yeah.
oh, you're worried about the bus, tell me I'm wrong. You know, because I live in Leeds, the riot is a big thing for Leeds. You can't just say, oh, it's nothing. Because
But in the same time, isn't that a good thing, though? In the same time, isn't that a good thing to let them know that you can't fuck with our kids?
No, but you're gonna discuss shit where none of us know what happened. Everyone's right and everyone's wrong, but you can't talk on it because you're gonna say, "Oh, this happened," and then
Well,
one
I'll
of
tell
us is
you
gonna
what.
say, "No, this happened."
Until we have.
No, we can say some facts then, brother. We've got
No.
facts.
But you
No,
know how they find out though. Tell me I'm wrong. How many people go through the?
Let me say this. Long gone are the days where we sit and we wait for John Suchet or Trevor McDonald at 10 o'clock to tell us what happened. Those days are over. So now, what we're doing right now is we're giving everyone a chance to come in, throw their 2 pence in, and we can get a greater picture of what's going on. I've learnt a lot from all the people jumping on, telling me things that I don't know. So I wouldn't keep banging on about the fact that no one knows anything. Everyone knows a little bit of something, or has heard a little bit of something. That gives us.
But
a
who
good
can confirm
picture.
it? Who can confirm it though?
No,
Who
that's
can
cool.
confirm
We
it?
can confirm that later. But right,
We confirm that a little bit more,
Sorry.
Talking speculation.
Unfortunately, this is how
No, but
Reuters
they're
and
dying.
the BBC.
They're dying.
One second.
How many people go through the care system?
One second. This is how Reuters, the BBC, and all these people get their news, right? It gets confirmed. Oh, the claims earlier have been rubbished, whatever. But this is just how it works. So.
Yeah, but let's say.
Go on.
Let's say, the big riot didn't kick off. Do you think it'd be on the news about some kid going into care? Do you know how many kids go into care each day? At the end of the day, that's in-house for them. We don't know the reasons. The only reason it's been brought to our attention is because of the riots. The riots is a big thing to say. That, let's say, everybody who goes into care, do you think they get a riot outside their front door?
No, they don't.
Let's say.
No, because they don't get dragged out by police like that, though. That's what it is,
They
brother.
don't get
No, you're saying there's both
They
perspectives.
don't get dragged out and them kids did.
No, you're saying, what if the family, they're good people? Fair dues, that is a perspective. What if they wasn't? What if the kid was getting neglected? Like you say about the cases that's happened, let's say the police ignored it, everyone ignored it, and 5 months later something happens, then we're going to be talking another side of the story going, how did they ignore it? How did they do nothing? You know what I mean?
When they seen that the
you're right with that,
social
brother.
worker
You're definitely right
and
with
the
that.
Yeah, and when they seen
But
the
what I
social
would
worker
say-
and the police being powerful, then everybody started to jump in You know, that's what made everybody step in because of their
Yeah,
actions.
it's the way that they're
they
being
act.
took out. If you watch the
Exactly.
video,
Yeah.
brother, it's the way that they actually
Everybody
did
was
take
just
them out. I'm
looking
not gonna
what's
lie.
happening, you know.
Yeah, but tell
Everybody
me
was
what we know.
just looking.
The police do that. They do it. It'll happen and not get recorded. How many? They abuse their power.
No, but not to
all the
little
time.
kids. 5 kids are not getting dragged out of
Is that
house
the
like
first
that,
time?
brother.
No, is that the first time though? I'm not
I don't
saying it's
think it's
right.
the
Brother,
first.
Is that
I've
the
never
first
seen
And I
time?
don't
5
think
kids
it's gonna
getting
be the
dragged out
last.
of a house kicking and screaming.
No, but how many times have you seen it though? Is this new? Do we know
We
that
haven't
people do
seen
that?
it because it
I've
wasn't
never seen it,
recorded.
brother. Have
Yeah.
you seen it before?
All I'm
But
saying is,
even
what
on
you're saying is
police
like
abusing
this
power.
happens.
Yes.
This happens all the time. So we should react how everyone else reacts. And the Roma community said, "No, fuck that. We ain't reacting like everyone else. We're us, yeah, and we ain't having it."
Right, Jedi. So do you think they're right for rioting?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to play the advocate.
Right,
I
yo,
ain't saying that.
no, you're the host.
No, they're not right for
No, hear
writing,
me.
brother.
Everyone go mute. Everyone go mute. Let Jedi speak his piece
Yes,
in it.
yeah, I'm not saying that they're right for rioting at all. But what I am saying is, I'm from a community that understands being oppressed, understands being on the bottom rung, and at times those tensions rise and there's an outpouring of sentiment. And this is called an uprising, a riot, or whatever, right? So just because it's not my community, I'm not going to be so
What are they writing for?
unempathetic. I'm not going to be so unempathetic to like be like, well, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but what half of it? No, in the videos they said it. Half of them didn't even know what they were writing for.
Yeah, no, that's true, brother. That's fact.
Half of them going, why are we even doing this? They were just jumping. Bro, people were coming
people
back.
were
To say I'm from
yeah.
Leeds, people were turning up like it was a motive going on.
Yeah,
People were
yeah,
turning up like, let's go
fact,
to
brother.
Hales
He's
because
not
shit's
lying. He's
kicking
not
off.
lying.
People were going,
After
why is
solidarity,
this
man,
actually
they were
happening?
rioting out of solidarity. They were just there for their brothers.
But I swear to you, I've got a
It's just
video.
that their brothers.
I've got a
You're
video
funny, you're
from
funny.
someone on Leeds' Snapchat. There was a guy getting a haircut on the top, on the curb, and there's a fire is next to it, bro. There was a guy getting a haircut, bro. On the
Nah,
fucking
people,
curb.
it
You
definitely
hearing
was
what I'm
thinking the
saying?
writing, brother, was that the writing didn't make sense. No one can't agree to that writing. What they
What
should
about the
have done, the
person?
community
Do you know
came
what people are saying
together.
on Facebook? People aren't saying on Facebook, where was my 16 bus? Because that was the bus that got set on fire. You know what I mean? Well,
Yeah, no,
they
that people
nutters.
say all kinds of stuff, but the
They're going,
real
does anybody know
situation,
why the bus
people,
ain't going through
what
High
people
Hills
are
Road?
getting confused about is there's a 7-year-old kid, what hopefully is all right and don't come out with nothing bad. But people never keep to see, say everyone's talking about everything else. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And on top of it, the other thing is kids are being traumatized. The people who took it up on themselves to start rioting, it's not going to help the family.
It's not
but
at all,
I get that the
Is it
community
going to hinder?
wants-
Is it going to hinder the family?
yeah, the
Go against the
community
family,
wanted to come together, but they came together in the wrong way. They would have came
Yeah.
together in that same force and done it
Oh,
positive.
yeah, 100%. We all agree
It
with
would
you
have
on
went
that.
good.
Yeah, but hello, hold on a second. We came out in the right way, marching for Palestine. Did anything happen? No. What if we were rioting for Palestine? I'm telling you, it would fucking stop that shit. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing here. They have to make a statement. Once you make a statement,
I get what you're
it's
saying,
like on the
Danielle,
streets. No,
but
no,
guess
it's like
what?
on the streets. You make a
What statement
statement,
did
no
they
one's
make?
gonna fuck you up.
What statement
No, but
did they
guess
make?
what? It sounds good you saying that, but you see the guys that are gonna get 15 years in jail and they're crying. They're not gonna think the same.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get it. They're not the
Yeah.
ones. Hold on a second. Did Donald Trump got any years in jail for what happened at the Capitol Hill? No. He called them up. So why these not are gonna get years in jail? Hold on a second.
We're not dealing with these right
You're
now.
trying to argue against the system.
But they didn't destroy
Fuck
anything, though. Sorry, can I just say, in Capitol Hill, I'm not aware that they burnt any buses or destroyed anything.
Yeah.
Well, that was a collateral damage, my friend. What can you do? It happens. Shit happens. No one want it, but it happens, isn't it?
You sound,
That person said before.
I keep hearing this shit happen.
Listen, you know what I don't understand? Guys, you know what I don't understand, yeah? Why the hell, hold on a second, why the hell, if I commit any sort of crime, yeah, I'm getting arrested 24 hours, blah, 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 I'm getting released, yeah, and they are, well, yeah, they say, like, it's a normal conviction thing, yeah? So I'm getting released, and then I'm getting, like, they're gonna look into my case, wherever, while I'm doing my business outside, no? Why these kids weren't left with their parents? That's why I don't understand. And they could send a social worker every day and look into their house and how is the mom behaving or wherever. It's gonna cost the system way less to send a social worker to actually do a fucking job in the house every day than it's gonna cost the system to look after 5 kids.
Yeah, but is everybody saying the whole situation was not right? There was so many aspects that were dealt with wrong. But none of us are saying, oh, it was perfect. We dealt with it sound.
I know, but it was kind of
Right,
kind of
tell me I'm wrong.
colorful,
From the
like, you
get-go,
know.
let's say they didn't investigate properly, which none of us know actually. Like I keep saying, none of you know what's going on in the background. You can't see behind it.
Brother, the other 5 had made it to the age of 15 or 16 or something.
Then they were wrong to
So
drag
it's
them
clearly
out.
they're not
Then
that
they were
bad
wrong
parents,
to start
no?
riots. Yeah, it was all dealt with wrong. Are we saying it was dealt with right? No, we're not. Go on, nah.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me tell you something else here. My child was nearly taken away from me for something really, really stupid. Yeah? So really, really stupid.
But would
Because
you
I
rather
said
them not
something about...
investigate it? Let's say they was investigating. Would you rather them not investigate? What if the shoe was
It
on
was
the foot?
fucking investigated. They nearly took my child away because I don't agree with LGBTQ whatever plus alphabet. And I want my child to be a housewife and to be a Muslim. So it was fucking investigated. They sent the nurseries and social workers at my house. Because my child didn't want to, I didn't want her to draw in the flag and shit.
It gets investigated. How do we know that? Nobody knows these answers. Everyone's talking answers, but they don't know the answer. You know
That's
what I
one
mean?
thing I just want to clarify something there, because I think now the bus is becoming more what you call it, Jesus, more important than the kids, what they're going through and all that, you know. So
No. Yeah, that's true. It's the whole city. The whole city.
I know what happened. You know, we can't do anything. We can't change it. And now the kids and all that's gonna go through something that they weren't supposed to. You know what I mean? So we're kind of making the bus more important than what the family's going through now. You know, because what I've heard, the parents weren't okay with what happened, but it happened. What can you do?
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
think
So
about, all right, some of the riots-
imagine, just 1 second. Imagine, it could be you, it could be you, it could be me. You never know who could have been, you know. And you going through this, how would you feel like? You know what I mean? Like, and then people coming over and saying the bus is more important than those kids, what they're going through. You know what I mean?
No, we're not
They
saying that.
make
We're talking about the
yeah.
after effects. Because I'm saying, no, just hear me out. Because you're saying I'm saying it's all about the bus. I was not saying that. I am not a div. I would not say that completely. I'm saying you're talking on facts. But nobody knows the exact answer. So you've all said a different version. Until it gets investigated, none of us know because it's Chinese whispers. When I say about the bus, I mean how many kids were involved? How many thousands of people? Well, 1,000 or whatever came out to get involved in that. Did you see kids around it? You know, like, last day of school tomorrow. Last day of school tomorrow. Some kids aren't going into school because they live in Hales and they're scared for how the area is. Think about the knock-on effect. Think about what just every.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be rude, but they live in Leeds, but it's a scary place anyway.
No, but if you start nosing into every little situation that involves social services, do you know how long we'd be here for? Let's say this didn't come up on the news. If this did not come up on the news, we would not be talking about the care situation. Yeah, that's why we're aware of it. But do you know why it's on the news? Because of the riot.
Can I say something?
Guys, realistically speaking, because the thing is, I've been listening from morning, and it's like, realistically speaking, the reason why people are taking issue with this whole riot thing or trying to demonize it or whatever, is because realistically speaking, this is what all of us, doesn't matter your race, creed, or whatever religion, need to be on. Because realistically speaking, when people talk about our social services and the police and this and that, blah, 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 respectfully, none of them give a damn. If they weren't getting paid, if they weren't able to make money from taking people's kids, they wouldn't be doing it in the first place.
Well said, man.
At the end of the day, realistically speaking, these people, whether they be Romanian or whatever the case may be, they've come together because the state of intervening and getting involved. Irrespective of if the parents left their children by themselves or not, because at the end of the day, it's a culture thing. People that are in this chat now, the older lot, at some point of time, their mothers or fathers would have left them alone in their flat, obviously, to do their thing. We are weaker than we were before. Let's be real. So at the end of the day, when people are talking about our investigation, listen, you shouldn't leave your kids out, blah, 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 it is about the capacity of that family and their children. Not all families are the same. Some children, they could be 10 and they still get pushed around in a buggy. It's a long day. I'm saying, let's be honest about the situation. If the state could not make money from us, getting intervening in our personal lives and so on and so forth, they wouldn't be there in the first place. So let's not pretend that social care, let's not pretend that police care.
Would we be sat here talking? You know the picture at the back of this live? It's the police van, it's the riots. If we got involved in every single situation where care got involved, half of you just joined on this live that talks about being in care. Did you get a riot? That's what brought attention to it. Now the family's going to have more stress on them than they did before. There was what about 1,000 people there? 1,000 people.
Can I say something?
What do you mean the family are going to have stress? Realistically speaking, the fact that these police and these people are involved, they are the stress. They cause it.
No, but did this riot not add more stress onto them? Do you not think?
No, it didn't. If anything,
no, it didn't, bro. They've got all this going on, and they know they're literally the center of it. They're what we've been talking about the whole time because they're the center of it. Tell me, how am I wrong there? Yes, they are going to have more stress because there's a riot now, and it's around their whole family.
Brother,
this might have happened.
If the family utilized the people properly, yeah, they could have backup. Someone's come up in their yard and taken their children. And a normal response is people kicking off. But because we've been subdued and we've been emasculated and dulled down, dumbed down. When we essentially said, let someone come up in our yard, take our kid and be like, oh, do you want their pajamas?
What if the kid went flying out the window? What if that is true? What if that is true though? If the kid went flying out the window, should he just stay there and carry on and go on?
No, brother, that's a what if. We're not doing what ifs. We're not doing what ifs because at the end of the day, the child didn't fall out the window. Realistically speaking, like I said, it's about the capacity of the family. Not all families are able to do that. You've got some people where their kids are more educated, more grown up and more mature than a grown up.
Right.
Let's be real.
Right. So the story is,
one thing we don't understand is,
when to look after the kid. It's meant to be 16 the age. If you know the law, then it's 16. You know what I mean?
Ban the law. Let's be real. Ban the law. Because like I said, it's about capacity. At the end of the day, yes, on the law it says 16. But firstly, the very laws that people are talking about, you have to follow the law if you live in the UK. Our very leaders don't follow the bloody laws that we're talking about. That's what.
Yeah, but does that matter? Does that matter? They're going to get away with it. That's a fight you're not going to win.
Why was Danielle so quick to say yes when you said ban the law? You got to watch out for her.
The reason why I'm saying ban the law is listen,
there's a way around the law, right? Always is a way around the law.
I have to end this
guys, realistically speaking,
one second, brother, please. I'm about to go get some lunch in here. What I suggest,
Nah.
And just
guys, follow me. Everyone follow me.
But I'll be back. Follow me. I'll be back in about an hour and a half. I'm just gonna grab some lunch and do some footage for my vlog, and then I can go live again. So thank you to everyone that participated.
Everyone follow me.
You ruined the party, man. Just man.
Everyone follow me.
You effed up the party, man. What's going on?
Follow, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry. But yeah.
And then just one thing, people did nothing because they thought social workers do it easy, but when it was recorded and everybody sees what happened.
I gotta lock it off.
Right,
sorry, I'm sorry, but I will be back in about an hour and a half. You guys. So everyone, if you're not following me, follow me. Follow everyone on the panel. Everyone that's on the panel, give them a follow. And follow each other in the chats, man, and just show some love. Thank you for everyone that's been hitting the screen, and thank you for all the gifts. And yeah, I'll be back in an hour and a half. Yeah.
Safe, brother. Bye.
Peace, man. Peace.
Take time.